Hello. How are we doing, everyone? Hang on a minute. My camera's at the wrong angle. Should have checked that, shouldn't I? How are we doing? Let's have a look. Get the chat up. Who's in? Oh, there's a couple of you in. How are we doing? Anyway, here we are. Another week down. If you are tuning in, Facebook and not Instagram, are we? Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Sorry, it's been a long day. If you're tuning in, pop in the comments, say hello. Why not? I said it's a midweek, it's a school night, but I'm having I've got one normal Guinness and one Guinness Zero. So, yeah, here we are back again. Having a week off from the guests this week. Obviously, we had Howden Ganley last week, which was absolutely brilliant. What a legend he was. Lovely guy. Still going strong in his 80s. And tomorrow night, Thursday, we will be announcing another chat with someone involved with Formula One in the 90s. Part of a very sort of sad time in Formula One, but he was also involved in Formula One in the early 2000s and in IMSA. And it's going to be it's absolutely fascinating if you like all the off-track stuff that goes on in Formula One. It's going to be great. So 8 o'clock UK, 9 o'clock Central European time on Thursday. We'll be announcing that one. Looking forward to that. We've got more chats booked up. So that's the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th. So we're all booked up through June. And we've got 8 or 9 in the pipeline for July. So that's going to be marvelous. Comments. Oh, goodness me. All coming in at once. Nikki, Eiffel Ronaldo. Hello, buddy. Our favourite German. Yay. I hope you're well, mate. I hope Cologne is treating you well. Diffan Wynne Evans. Hello, Diffan. How are you, mates? From the other direction to me. Wales. Hello, mate. John Kane, one of the Orange Army at Knockhill. Yes, all good, buddy. Tracy Hickley. Hello, Tracy. Hope you are doing very nicely. And Keith Mail. Hello, Keith, as well. So that's all good. So we've got Twitter and Facebook are working. If anyone's on YouTube, do say hello, just so I know it's working. So yes, that's what's coming up on the Hard Compound, which is marvellous. What we're going to do tonight, obviously, we're going to have a little bit of a chat just for about 15-20 minutes about some motorsport stuff that's been going on. Over to you guys. We've got Vitoldo Marcevska's in. Hello. All in the middle of cooking. If you smell Chinese food, God, Chinese food, that'd be good, wouldn't it? I am full of pasta and meatballs, but I am partial to a wonton. But yeah, so we're going to have a quick chat about a few things, just so people get logged in, because I know there's a few people wanting to tune in to the Race Against Dementia redraw. We've had some more money donated, so that's very, very nice. Just a small amount, so I'll make sure that gets across to Race Against Dementia. Thank you very much. In case you're wondering what this is all about, folks, we did back in October for the Hard Compound's 5th birthday. We did a prize draw. Basically, some of the 170 odd guests that have come on, I asked if they could sign some photos and bits and pieces that we could raffle off for £1, for £1 an entry, £10 for 10 entries, etc., etc. They all came up trumps with signed photos and signed merchandise and signed race boots and trophies and all kinds of good, signed books and artwork. Some of the followers are artists and they've donated some artwork, one of which is still up for grabs. Basically, we raised £2,500 for Race Against Dementia, thanks to you, lovely lot out there in the internet. But some people, basically, there was one chap in particular donated a substantial sum of money, which was very nice, but he didn't want any of the prizes, and he won about 15 items, and he said, no, I just wanted to help. And there were a few others like that. So I've got some prizes just out of shot here that haven't been claimed or have been politely declined. So you lot can have another crack at winning. So if you didn't win anything last time, you might win this time. And if you did win last time, you might win some more now. Because all the votes, so say if you put £10 in last time, you got 10 entries. If you won 2 things, your name is still on the wheel 8 times. And that's how it works. Basically, you're all still in. So we're going to do that in a little while. Because I know a few of you lot are going to want to see if you have won anything. there's a few extra bits in as well that I've come by. Got some model cars and signed photo of Siegfried Storr, XF1 driver, and a signed sticker from Dimmy Mavropoulos. He sent me a whole bunch of stuff, so that's good from Dimmy. Sue Reese, good evening, Sue. You've only got a cup of tea. That's all right. Can't knock a cup of tea, especially if you've got a biscuit to dunk in it. Love a dunk. Love a dunk. So anyway, that's me rambling on about what we're going to do tonight. But where are we? 10 past. Let's say half past. Just before half past, I will do the I'll do the draw. Or there's quite a few items to draw. Now, unfortunately, I can't do screen in, screen on here. I can share screen, but that slows everything down. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open up a tab where my wheels are. I promise you it's spinning. Let's see this. Hang on. Oh, good, huh? There's the wheel. I don't know if you can see me giving it a shuffle. But there's so many on there. Look at the size of that. There is, in fact, I don't know, 1,081 remaining entries. So good luck with that. Sorry, I didn't see what you saw there. So there you go. But we'll be cracking on with that. And that's all shuffled. It's all random. And I've got a document open so I can make a note of who has won what. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. But, yes, before we do that, let's have a little chat about motorsport. I mean, there's been a whole lot going on since we last had a chat, didn't we? Sue Reese, no biscuits. My goodness me. Don't tell Alan Hyde. Alan Hyde loves a biscuit. Don't tell Alan Hyde you're out of biscuits. Actually, he's probably the reason. Stole them all. So yeah, I mean, what was it? It was what was it? End of April, wasn't it? Month of May. It was. It was the last day of April. We last had a chat with you guys. Yes, I remember because it was the eve of Ayrton Senna's passing, and it's been quite a month, isn't it? In May. I mean, firstly, we have to offer our deepest condolences to the families of the two motorcycle riders, the BSB chaps, who were very sadly lost at Alton Park shortly after we spoke with you guys. Owen and Shane, very, very sad there. But yeah, they'll be remembered for sure. But yeah, we've had 3 IndyCar races, including the big one. Ever since then, we've had 3 Formula 1 rounds, 2 rounds of the BTCC. We've had the British GT. We've had British MotoGP at Silverstone, British Grand Prix MotoGP at Silverstone, haven't we? And yeah, it's all been rather lively. I don't really know where to start. Defan, are you at Thruxton on Sunday, mate? Sadly not, mate. I'm at Brands Hatch. A couple of the Euro NASCAR guys and a couple of the Legends guys have very kindly sorted me out with some tickets and some passes for American Speedfest. So I'm going to be down at Brands Hatch, this weekend, watching big, loud, noisy NASCAR things and the Legends, which is going to be great. Going to catch up with a few of the drivers. Going to catch up with Will, obviously Will Gibson, the reigning champion, and James Newbury of Team Mater, who've got 2 cars this year, so they've expanded, so that's marvelous. And yeah, going to catch up with Alex Caffey, XF1 driver, who runs a team in Euro NASCAR, and I'm going to be catching up with a former guest on here, Mr. Vladimiros Tsiotsis. So going to catch up with those guys and yeah, just have burgers and racing and try and find some root beer and other American stereotypes. But I'm sure, Defan, you're going to Thruxton. If anyone is going to Thruxton or anywhere else this weekend, have a marvellous weekend. Weather's supposed to be good, which is going to be excellent. So looking forward to that. But yeah, motorsport. Let's see. What was the big one? Well, the big one for me was the Indy 500. Absolutely loved it. Oh, there you go. Right on cue. Andrew Bishop. It's just popped up. And I was just about to say that. Indy 500. Alex Palou, what a drive. Absolutely right. The hybrid worked really well. It did, didn't it? There was a lot of, it was the first ever hybrid 500 and we weren't sure how it was going to go. But yeah, I'm with you on that, Andrew. Certainly worked very, very well. Overall, one of the better Indy 500s in history, Andrew says. I agree. In the second half of the race, obviously, I don't know, I think you're probably similar to me, Andrew, but if you remember the 1992 race, it just never got going. It was a crash fest. And the first half of the race felt like it was going to go that way. I actually said to my buddy who I was sitting watching the race with, I think it was the fourth or fifth, running under yellow, 105, 106 laps or something. And I said, we need to get some racing in. I think of the first 105 laps, I think only 40 were done under greens, which wasn't great, but yeah, second half was absolutely fantastic. Loved it. Obviously, it would have been nice to see a former guest on the hard compound, Mr. Takuma Sato. It would have been lovely to see him, but that pit stop obviously cost him when he missed his mark. Excuse me, by about 6 feet. Excuse me. But as soon as Palou started making his way into contention, you just thought, yeah, this is inevitable. And I'm glad. I mean, people said, oh, he's won everything. It's a bit boring, etc., etc. You got to recognize greatness when we always recognize greatness in hindsight. And IndyCar fan or not, you've got to doff your hat to what Alex Palou is doing. And it was incredible. He just got his way through. Great move later on in the race there to take the lead. And yeah, it was great. I mean, I think it would have been a travesty if Alex Palou hadn't won an Indy 500. Certainly in this vein of form that he's in. Obviously, he's won 3 championships out of 4. Just metronomic. He's always there. He's like the new Scott Dixon. And it was great to see him win. Obviously, his biggest accomplishment is coming on the hard compound for an interview in 2021, obviously. But the Indy 500 is not a bad second. But no, thoroughly enjoyed that. Real shame what happened to Ryan Hunter-Ray. What a great story that would have been. The guys at Dreyer and Reinbold and at Cusick Motorsports did an unbelievable job to build that car ready for the 500. And yeah, apparently Ryan said that he ran out of fuel coming out of turn 4. Fuel lines went dry and they couldn't get them reprimed, I think were his exact words. So that's what happened there. If he'd come in a lap earlier, maybe that wouldn't have been an issue and he might have gone on to win it because he was showing great pace. But yeah, real shame for him. I was enjoying Joseph Newgarden's charge from the back, regardless of the attenuator controversy and all that kind of stuff. That's not for me to say. I don't know enough about it. I know a bit about it, but not enough. But that was a heck of a charge from last to where he got to. What we got here? Andrew Bishop felt sorry for Connor Daly. Yeah, yes, another chap who's been on here for a chat. Lovely guy. Lot of time for Connor. He was in contention and the tyres went away. Yes, the tyres just on that penultimate stint, wasn't it? He was just hemorrhaged. Was it 5 positions in 2 laps or something? Real shame. But he's got an Indy 500 win in him. And honourable mention to Santino Ferrucci. Not everyone's cup of tea. Had his controversies in the past, but hey, who hasn't? And AJ Foyt Racing put together a brilliant car, especially with the Homes for Our Troops backing that he had. And raising awareness for that, which I thought was terrific. And he said he's now competed in 7 Indy 500s. He's completed all the laps. He hasn't retired, and he's finished in the top 10 every single time, which doesn't sound much, but crikey, that takes some doing. So yeah, very, very good to see that. But yeah, Alex Palou, he was brilliant, wasn't it? Big fan of Alex Palou. We like him. Sheila Kersley. Hello, Sheila. I am going to put something out about your team. I know we've partnered up this year, but we're into June already, and my goodness, absolutely flying by. But yes, folks, check out check out Kersley Motorsport across the social medias. Excellent people, and they go racing in the junior saloons and in the Hyundai OT Coupe Cup. And I'm going to have to go and bug them at an event sometime soon. Go and have a cup of tea with them and go and watch some great racing, because they're great people and they go racing the right way, which is superb. Keith Maligan, ironically, on the day of the Penske disqualification, I had a quick chat with a guy in Broadstone, close to Poole, wearing a Penske fleece, who used to work at their factory down here. That's fantastic. That's very cool. Not the disqualification. That wasn't cool. But no, that's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, that. Yeah, shame they're not down that neck of the woods anymore, Team Penske. Sheila, that's absolutely fine. Love being teaming up with you this season. Absolutely. I am going to get round to something. It's just been, especially this week, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. But yeah, a bit manic. So yes, Indy 500 was brilliant. Okay, elephant in the room. We're going to address it very quickly. We've got about 10 minutes to talk about this. Max Verstappen. Now, I'm not one for Max bashing. I'm not one for anyone bashing. And it did take away from what was another brilliant performance by McLaren. How good are they this year? Oscar Piastri dominating all the practice sessions, topping Q1, 2Q, Q2, and Q3. Basically was never really in danger in Barcelona. There's a couple of little near misses, but I think him and Lando just sailed off, even with the late safety car at the end there when Kimi Antonelli blew his engine up. Felt sorry for Kimi. For Kimi Antonelli. I don't think there's a couple of times. Okay, he's very young, but he hasn't caught a break in a couple of races. But even after that safety car, there was only 10 laps left, and the McLaren's won by 8 seconds. I mean, yeah, superb job. Just quickly, while we're talking about Kimi Antonelli, he has done very well, and all eyes are on him. I really need to have a word for George Russell. Apart from Monaco, which is a complete outlier to the season anyway, in terms of form and results anyway, because it's all decided in qualifying pretty much. He's qualified and finished in the top 5 every race this year, which, okay, he's in 3rd best car. In terms of, maybe 3rd best car, 4th. But yeah, he's just, solid. Yeah, he's doing well, George. But 3 incidents, all crammed into about 2 laps, wasn't it? Hang on a minute, Keith Mail. This is Keith's take, not mine. I reckon he just lost his temper, lost his cool, and reacted very badly. Yeah, I think he spends too much time on sims and thought, can I just do this? He'll have to be super careful for the next 2 races or it's bench time. Absolutely, yes. He's got one more, one more point, doesn't he, to go? And then he's, as you say, on the naughty step. But yeah, I think we do need to say that the first 2 incidents weren't down to Max. I mean, obviously, he got a bit of a tank slapper on coming out of the... I hate the word tank slapper. It's a motorcycle term, isn't it? But yeah, you know what I mean. He got a wiggle on. He got sideways coming out of that last turn. Lost a bit of momentum. Leclerc pulled into his slip. God, what? Having some bubble with me worms. Having some trouble with my words. Yeah, basically was going down the straight. Got over the start-finish line behind Max and pulled alongside him. And as he said, he sort of I think he was trying to ease him to the side of the circuit, which we've seen done, but obviously Max ain't going to move, is he? And why should he? So that one was on Charles Leclerc for sure, that first contact. Second one, I thought Max had turned in on George when I first saw it, and I will eat some humble pie. Having seen the replay and Anthony Davidson's excellent analysis, it was pretty clear. Obviously, Russell went up the inside, got into a little bit of dirty air under braking behind Leclerc. If Leclerc wasn't there, we'd have probably just sailed straight through, no problem. Bit of dirty air, unsettled the car, got a bit of oversteer, tried to correct it and bumped into Max. Interesting that Red Bull made the call to give the position back and not the stewards. Not sure I agree with that. But anyway, I can see why Max was miffed / angry. However annoyed you are, rule number 1 of any motor racing, apart from banger racing, is rule 1, do not deliberately drive into someone else. And it felt like a thinly veiled chat GPT apology from Max on Instagram. I don't know. He may have said it. I don't know. It felt a bit kind of through another mouthpiece. And he kind of took responsibility, but it wasn't a sorry or anything like that. But it did, to me at least, look deliberate, because he eased off. Obviously been told to let George through. Eased off. George got 3/4 of the way around. And Max seemed to accelerate and not put the usual steering input in, or any at all. We don't have the onboards. Convenient. And they said, oh, yeah, but George wasn't ahead at the apex. Because, well, he didn't get to the apex because Max drove into him. Anyway, it looked deliberate, which I don't like to see. I mean, we saw it with Vettel and Hamilton That was under a safety car, which obviously is not quite as bad, but it's not a good look, is it? Not a good look when, you know, the reigning and 4-time world champion does something like that. And I don't know if you saw in the IndyCar, David Malukas basically locked up his fronts and ran into the back of Palou. And he put on his socials and he went, "Sorry to Alex and the whole number 10 team. I messed up. No intention. I just locked up. Sorry." It's easy to say sorry, isn't it? Even if you don't mean it. But come out and say it. And people will respect you for it. But anyway, it felt deliberate. I don't really like to see that. I mean, there's no doubt Max is a great driver. But yeah, that was naughty. That's my 2p anyway. Oh, hang on. Comments. Vitoldo Maraseska, it's all so unnecessary. Absolutely. It makes him look like a spoiled and entitled toddler who's had his toys taken away. Yeah, it does. One of my mates said that he's a very good driver, but he's not that good a racer. He resorts to kind of desperation, and if that doesn't work, anger. Too quickly, perhaps. That's their take. But yeah, he just needs to calm down. I mean, I did see an article. Someone said F1 needs to address this problem because they've let too much go with a few drivers, and they, you know, Max isn't a 17-year-old kid anymore. He needs to perhaps mature a little bit, learn from mistakes, and maybe not listen to what people are saying on social media, but listen to the wider opinion of him, which I don't think he really cares about, and why should he? But maybe just take a little bit on board. Maybe. Who knows? That's my thoughts. Vitoldo said, "This is why I've always admired Lauda and Prost. Yeah, those who know when to pick their battles and when to make the best of a bad job. It's something Max has yet to take on board. As Lando said, he's win or bin." Yes, we know someone else who was win or bin, a certain Brazilian chap who we're all very fond of, but he wasn't, you know, he wasn't far off, you know, the Max thing. And as Sue Reese has said, F1 has a history of not punishing the stars. Yes, Ayrton deliberately drove into Alain. We know that in 1990. That's very obvious. And 89, I'm still not convinced there wasn't some kind of deliberateness at Suzuka from one or both of them in the McLarens. And obviously we know Schumacher in Adelaide and where was it? I've drawn a blank. I'm sure it was Estoril. No, I can't remember. No, Spain? Who knows? No, I forgot. Anyway, when he drove into Villeneuve, forget where it was now. Complete mental block. Yeah, it's happened before, and it's been let slip. It's been let slip again. You know, with Ayrton and with Schumacher and people like Jerez. Yes, it was Jerez. I thought it was. You all heard me say Jerez first, didn't you? Thank you. Cheers, Andrew Bishop. Thank you. But the difference now is obviously in 1989, 1990, 1994, and 1997, we all went and talked about it to anyone if anyone was interested at school or at work. There wasn't the social media, and with the spotlight that is on Formula One now and other motorsports as well, F1 maybe need to be seen to do something. I don't know what it is. I'm not calling for race bans or anything like that in retrospective, but just whatever. I think something needs to be done, and they need to stick to it. They need to set a precedent and stick with it, because they set one in 2021, didn't they, in Abu Dhabi? And didn't stick with it. So yes, there we are. Oh yes, Schumacher on Warwick at the Nürburgring in the 91 World Sports Car Championship. Yeah. Derek very nearly walked away from that. I spoke with him on here in 2020 about it, and he said that, given what had happened to him with the loss of his brother Paul, it wasn't a thing to do, and he nearly walked away. But thank goodness he didn't, which is good to say. Estoril 97. Was it Estoril? Yes, it was Estoril. Yeah, because Jerez isn't down here. Anyway, whatever. There. Iberian Peninsula. So yeah, and with the spotlight very much now on Formula One, yeah, maybe it's time to take some action. I don't know what the action is. I wouldn't like to say, it's not my job. But yeah, it didn't sit right with me. I was watching it with a friend of mine, and we just said, what's he done there? And as soon as we saw the replay, it was like, well, that was deliberate. So yeah, not a good look. Not a good look. It's going to be interesting in Canada because there's not a lot of room to run off at Canada unless you're at the hairpin. And if people start getting elbows out, it could be a bit lively. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, for me, it wasn't a good look. Seems you guys agree. Dylan Stratton, hello, Dylan. I do hope you're well. Sorry about the late arrival to this live. Just had surgery. Crikey. Well, thank you for coming on after surgery. Fair play to you. I hope all is going well on your side. Dylan, I won't say what you've got going on, but I do hope all is well with you. Good stuff. And your name's still in the hat, so you might win something, which we're going to do in about 5 minutes. We're going to get going. Just wish Mass hadn't stopped Derek from giving Shuey the pasting. I reckon he deserved it. Would it have changed him as a racer? Well, that's true. Yeah, Derek Warwick was about to knock 7 buckets of what's it out of Schumacher, wasn't he, back in '91? Didn't. Maybe if he had a bit of a slap in the chops, he might have changed him as a racer. But I'm not sure. I think Schumacher was Schumacher. I don't think it was like Ayrton. Even when he was given a dressing down, Ayrton carried on doing his thing, and so did Nicky, and so did Alain Prost and Nigel and Nelson Piquet. They all did the same thing, didn't they? And going further back, everyone just did their thing. Even Jackie Hicks at Le Mans, didn't he? The protest to walk across the track. Yeah, I did see. Was it Keith Mayo said? What was it? Keith Mayo said, yeah, compare Jim Clark to Verstappen. That's quite a watch. Yes, it is. That is quite something to see, isn't it? Okay, what we got here? Another couple of comments, and then we'll get this draw going, folks. Because there's 123 of you tuning in. Good lordy lord! I don't know if any of you are involved in the draw, but don't worry. By the way, when your name comes out and everything, I've got a Word document up with all the prizes and all the names, and I'm going to make a list and everything. And I'll be in touch in the next couple of days, and we'll try and sort something out. Especially if there's plenty of, especially if you win 3 or 4 things, we'll jam it together in a bundle and all that kind of stuff. Just to the folks actually from the original draw, by the way, those who did send me some money for the postage, that was very helpful. That also went to Race Against Dementia. So if anyone wants to do that, chuck in 2 or 3 quid for postage of stuff. That will go to Race Against Dementia as well. All for a great cause. Yeah. See if we can add a few more pennies to the 2,500 that we already raised. Right, what we got here? Keith Mile. Michael Schumacher never learned after being disqualified from the 1997 championship. It would seem only winning matters. Max is the same mindset. Benching for a race or 2 would work. It would work in the short term, but would it change anything when he gets a competitive or a more competitive car again? And he's up at the front. Who knows? Mark Perks. Evening, Mark. Hope you're well, my man. Evening all. Yes, evening, Mark. Hope you're well. Good to see you briefly at Media Day. Very cool photo of... No, that was it. Silver. No, that was it. Wasn't it? Sorry, Brands Hatch. So was egging him on. I'm sure he was. Hang on, my phone is buzzing away like crazy. Hang on a moment, folks. Sorry about this. Let's see if anyone's talking to me. Indy 500. Blah, 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 blah. We're back. I hate the internet. Where did I get to? Anyway, I was saying one of my mates was sending me something on our group chat we had for the Indy 500 a few years ago. Sorry about this, Max fans. Come on now. Let's behave. I'm going to send him a message now and say, look, get on a live because his name's in the hat. Get on my live video. Hang on. Live texting. Here we go. It's all right, Vitolda. We're back. Don't worry. Don't worry. You had a bit of a delay, but we're back. Hang on. Get on my live stream. guys, you can win prizes. Look at that. Even my own mates have forgotten. This is what I have to deal with. Shame on you, Dan, Gavin, and Simon. Dan and Simon actually came to the World Endurance Championship in Spa, which I'm going to talk about after the draw. I've even got my t-shirt on. That is the top of Spa, as you can see. Excellent weekend. Okay, what we got here? Chris Josie, hello, mate. Just down the road. Hi, hope you're well, Chris. Hope you're well, buddy. Right, a couple more comments, and then I am going to get onto this draw because you're probably sitting there again saying, "Get on with it, Rich. You're rabbiting," which I do tend to do. But I'm going to have a swig of Guinness first. Hey, Dan Appleby, I'm here, bud. I got your message, mate. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. There you go. This is what Dan sent. It was that. Look. Yes. Dan, you're a bad man, but we love you. Okay, what we've got here. Keith Mel, the confusion between the last two circuits is the race should have been in Estoril, but the circuit at the time ran out in, yes, we ran into money trouble. That's at the European Grand Prix, wasn't it? Yes. Well, thank you, Keith. You must be older than me. I was only 16. Sorry, mate. So, yeah, all good. So, yeah, we're going to come to the World Endurance Championship at Spa. We're going to come to that because we had a brilliant weekend. I think our legs have just about recovered a month later. But let's do the draw, okay? Here we go. If anyone knows the people who win when I give the names out, tag them because it saves me a job. Thank you. So, yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to see the wheel of names because I can't do screen in screen. But as I did before, I'm just going to show everyone this again. Pardon the close-up of my face. Quite a big wheel of names there, look. And it says there, look, there's 1,081 of you. So I'm just going to shuffle that again. There you go. It's going to be on a 5-second spin. It's going to be on a 5-second spin every time, and I will shout the name out and I'll add it to my draw. What have we got here? Oh, more people tuning in. Thomas Parker. Hello, Thomas. Hope you're well, mate. Cold can of Foster's here. No, you need to do the finger test, look. Can't see your fingers through your drink. Proper job. Keith Mail, I'll take it. I was 24. I was only 8 years in it. That isn't bad, is it? That isn't too bad, mate. So anyway, we're going to do the draw first. As I said, we have a lot of prizes here on my little table. Sadly, the steering wheel isn't one of them. That's mine. Can't have that. It's my large amount of steering wheel. But we have got a very new top prize, which I want everyone to have a chance of winning here. Andy Forrest. Andy Forrest is the father of Hamish Forrest, Hamish Forrest, who is racing in the Radicals Championship this year. And he very kindly, Andy this is, has offered a hospitality pass to the to his team, or some hospitality for the Radicals team at Silverstone. I believe it's the first weekend in July, I believe it is. Radicals are in support of the GT Cup, GB3 and GB4, and so the first draw is going to be for hospitality with Hamish Forrest Racing, and I will be there on that day as well. So if you're really unlucky, you might get to meet me as well. You might have to leave early so you don't bump into me. Anyway, stop talking, Rich. We're going to come to the draw here, so I'm going to do it now. I'm just going to change my tab. Okay, first draw. Here we go. Clicking now. This is for the hospitality at the Radicals. I will double check the date for everyone. And that is Kaz Phipps. You have won some hospitality. I'm going to type it in here in big capital letters for Hamish Forrest Racing, Radicals at Silverstone. Full race day, you get some food and some drinks, and you get to have a look at the car, meet Hamish, maybe even meet me if you're unlucky. And have a great day of racing with the GT Cup, GB3, GB4, and MSVR series as well. So absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Okay, the next one. This is a new thing. Hang on, I'm going to put it back on my camera now so you can see. Oh, there you go. George Clough, August 2nd and 3rd at Silverstone. That's the one. Thank you, George. Dear fan, thank you very much for tagging Kaz in this. I'll make contact as well. Okay, the first actual giveaway thing here. This is Patrick Depailler. Pardon the scratch on the box. Sorry about that. Patrick Depailler Tyrrell model. That is the Tyrrell 008, 1978. Okay, next one. Right, I'm going to take Kaz's name off that one. And the next one, hit the button. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Ben Perry. Ben Perry, you have won the Patrick Depailler Tyrrell model. Ben is a regular follower of the page, so that's very good. He has won that. Next one, I'm going to take it out of the box because it's still in its case. Don't know if we got any fans of the early 1990s F1. If anyone's got any fingernails they can send me, I'll open this box. Okay, but this is everyone loves a Tyrrell, don't they? Who doesn't love a Tyrrell? Who doesn't love a Tyrrell? Look at that, like Stefano Modena, model of Onyx model in the Brawn Tyrrell. I actually bought one of these off eBay, and when they sent it to me, they sent me two. So I thought one of you lovely lot can have it. So I'm going to put this down here. So this Tyrrell model, right, remove Ben. This is going to take a while, folks, so bear with us. Make yourselves comfortable. Next one, that Stefano Modena. Oh, well, John Starmer, who is actually a friend of mine. John Starmer. John, if you're seeing this, mate, I'll be seeing you soon. Lives just up the road up near Oxford. So, John Starmer, well done, mate. I'll drop you a WhatsApp or something soon. Well done to you, John. Right, last model. We are in 1977 Renault RS01. Jean-Pierre Jabouille. I love this. Very cool. There you go. Again, I've got one very similar over there, so I thought one of you lot can have it. Who is going to win a model? There we are. Press the button of Jean-Pierre Jabouille in the Renault. David Spedding. David Spedding. David Spedding. He won something last time. I remember the name. Well done to you, David. Right, that's that done. Oh, I'm jumping between tabs here. What we got here? The yellow kettle, Vitoldi, yes. Right, this is cool. Now, this wasn't claimed. Staggering. We love the BTCC, don't we? We love Rory Butcher. He's not in it anymore. Oh, look. Signed by Rory. It's a 3/4 length sleeve. Rory Butcher. Top. Thank you, Rory. Good to see you at Media Day, mate. Thank you for the goofy photo. Who is going to win a Rory Butcher top? Rory Butcher top is going to James Gibson. Now, James Gibson, you're going to get a mention in a minute. Well, because some of your artwork is coming up. But well done, James. I'm glad you've got a tangible item because you are a big supporter of the page. Absolutely brilliant. That is JG Artworks or J Gibson Artworks, depending on which social media you are on. Absolutely brilliant. And some of his artwork's going to come up in about 3 items' time. So well done, James, mate. Well done. Good to see you've got a little win there. So that's good. Actually, I'm going to just tag. I'm going to do a little. Is it going to work? No, it isn't coming up. Okay, no problem. Anyway, well done, James. Good for you. Next one. Now, this is absolutely unique. One of a kind. My friend Oliver Taylor, who people may know on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram as Artified with F1 as the F and I. Mad scientist, great guy, mad scientist, great artist. And he basically buys old bits of F1 car. And I should know because I picked some up for him. Bits of old Jordan, things like that. And then he has made, out of Valtteri Bottas Williams FW35. Don't know if you can see that because I'm on the wrong tab. Hang on. Oh, no, hang on. Wait. There we go. It's a keyring. It says the hard compound on it. He's made this. There you go. And that is made out of a bit of Valtteri Bottas's Williams. And it comes in a box with a lid. Also some silica gel so it doesn't get... And there's a certificate of authenticity with that as well, and that all fits into a nice little sleeve like that. So that's what we're playing for here. Next up, okay, here we are, hitting the button. So I thank you, Ollie, for doing this. So check out Artified on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Leanne Henson Millinchip. Well done, Leanne. I know you won something before as well, so I have your details. Leanne Henson Millinchip. Well done, Leanne. That is going to be making its way to you very, very soon. I'll take that entry off there. Next up is a double whammy. It's a t-shirt, as you can tell. And it's not a blank one. It has got, love this, I've got a white one of these. Look at that, Sauber C9, Sauber Mercedes C9 t-shirt. This is an official t-shirt because I got it directly from one of the drivers, Mr. Kenny Atchison, who has also signed this photo of him in the Ram Hart back in '85 in Formula One. So that's a double whammy. You get both of these. And it's going to, I'm going to press the button. Round and round we go. Andy Hatton. Andy, I think, did I drop something round to you? Do you live locally to me? I'm sure you do. So there you go. Andy Hatton. There's 2 bits there coming your way, Andy. Congratulations. Now, I mentioned James Gibson, who's just won the Rory Butcher top. Hang on, my phone's buzzing again. My word. Just won the Rory Butcher top. It was James Gibson. Now, James Gibson is hugely talented, and he's donated one of these prints. If you're a fan of Aidan Moffat, this is from last year. Last year? Yes. Hang on a minute. This is A3, and it's number 5 of 50. How's that look? Very, very talented artist, Mr. James Gibson, JG Artworks. So that's up for grabs now. That's what we're going to do next. Aidan Moffat, LKQ Euro car parts with Cinetic Toyota Corolla GR Sport 2024. James Gibson, and he has signed it. There. Bit bright, isn't it? So that's what we're up for now. Who would like a bit of BTCC artwork? I know a load of you would. I know a lot of you would love a bit of BTCC artwork. And this is going to Rob Whittaker. Now, I know now Rob follows the page. Rob Whittaker, well done, mate. You have won that. Okay, Rob. Oh, no, capitals. I'm going to put my caps lock on. There we go. Rob Whittaker. Good stuff. Okay. Now, the rest of the things are all signed photos / posters, etc. And this is a good one to start. Oh, have you not stopped talking? Goodness me. Anyway, this is cool. This is absolutely genuine because I sent it out to him himself and I got a load back. This is Mario Andretti, hand signed by Mario. The great man has touched this himself. Yeah, we had a few photos, but this one wasn't claimed. I actually got one of these myself because it was so cool. But there you go, Mario Andretti, signed photo of him in a Ferrari, which I think is rather good. This is going to... Oh, hang on a minute. 1 second, I've just had another donation. Hang on. Spin. Oh, frozen. No, we haven't. We're all good. Wes Hooker. Now, I know Wes is a big fan of BMW, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind a signed Ferrari photo. Wes actually works on NASCAR cars, and he was doing the Richard Petty thing at Goodwood. So well done to you, Wes. Congratulations, mate. That is cracking. Now, I'm just going to add, I've just had a £5 donation come through. So I'm just going to add the person's name 5 times to the wheel. You've missed out on the big prizes, but he's one of my mates. He lives just down the road, so he won't mind. He'll be fine. Right, hang on. I'm just going to go on there. 3, for, you know what? I'm going to call him out. Gavin Delman. You're messing up my evening. Love you, man. Okay, so we've put him in there and we're shuffling. So, okay, there we go. So that was Wes Hooker. Right, next one. I'm going to rattle through these. John Watson. John Watson is a legend. John Watson is a legend. Vittorio Maresesca, early 70s Ferrari. Yes, it was. Yes, his Mario Andretti's first stint in F1. We love a Rothmans Porsche. We love John Watson. So there you go. That's up for grabs. Signed, John Watson, Rothmans Porsche at Le Mans. Okay. Hit the button, Richard. Hit the button. Chris Palmer. Hello, Chris Palmer. Congratulations. That is going to be winging its way to you. Obviously, I will be in touch with everyone. Right, Chris Palmer, that is done. Well done to you, Chris. What have we got here? Oh, another Ferrari, slightly more modern. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think about who this might be. And if anyone says it's Michael Schumacher, no, it isn't, because we know why. But there you go. That's a signed photo. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Pop your guesses in. Former guest on the Hard Compound. Any takers? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keith Mayo has got it. Mika Salo. Signed photo of Mika Salo, as you just saw. We like Mika. Great chat. I think that was end of 2021, I think it was. If you want to go to the video section or the live section on YouTube. We are going to hit the button. Oh, hang on a minute. Hit the button. There we are. We're spinning. Signed Mika Salo photo is going to Will Picken. Will, who actually donated £10 today. So there you go, Will. That was well worth doing, because on eBay, you're going to pay a lot more than that for a signed photo of Mika Salo in his Ferrari. So there you go, Will. That was well worth it, my friend. So I've put you on the list. Okay, next up, we have got another signed photo. Back into the BTCC, Jason Plato. Signed photo of Jason Plato in the Seat. In the Seat. That's going to hit the button. Spin, spin, spin. Will Gibson, Legends champion. Mentioned him earlier. I'm actually seeing him on Sunday. So, Will, if you're watching this, mate, I'm going to drop this down to you at Speedfest. That's to go with the bits you won before, my friend. Well done, mate. Good to see. Will Gibson, Legends champion, double Legends champion, reigning Legends champion. Very nice. Staying in the BTC slightly earlier. I think a few of you are going to like this. We love a bit of John Cleland, don't we? There you go. Look, signed John Cleland, Cavalier. Look at that. The gold wire wheels. Beauty. Beautiful. Vitolda. Sorry, yeah, Mika Salo. Was that after Schumacher broke his leg? Yes, it was. Mark Perks, you're in the right area with Eddie Irvine with a guess, but sadly not. Couldn't get hold of Eddie. So anyway, yes, John Cleland. John Cleland signed photo. Bosh. Here we go. Going to, I am going to speed this up. I'm rambling. Can't help myself. Signed photo of John Cleland is going to. Sorry, there's so many names on this wheel. It just takes a little while to sort itself out. Oh, it's frozen. Ah, there we go. Right, we have movement. Sorry, folks. It's going to another guy who lives down the road from me. One of the chaps who came to the World Endurance Championship. Simon Beale. Simon, mate. He was the guy I was watching the Indy 500 with at the weekend. So there you go, Si. That's yours. Signed John Cleland photo. There we go. Right, speed this up. Katie Eames. Hello, Katie. We will talk tea and biscuits at the end. Don't you worry. Get that in before you do. Right, what's next? Going to scroll my list down here. I've got them all in order. Now, Vitolda, you're going to want this one. You're going to want this one, aren't you? I'm not rigging it. I'm not fixing it for you. But there you go. That's a signed Derek Warwick photo of when he was in the BTCC. Pardon the mirrored camera. Vitolda, I think you've got 5 entries in here. But we'll see. I've just hit the button. Hit the button. Who's it going to be? If this is Vitolda, you're going to be loving it. And I'm sorry if it's not. Oh, for heaven's sake, it's the other guy who came to the World Endurance Championship, Dan Appleby. That's the guy who sent me the photo. Dan, you've won a photo of Derek Warwick, mate. Goodness me, my 2 mates have just come out in the last 2 draws. Anyway, but Dan very kindly donated a hefty sum of money to the cause. So thank you again, mate. You've won that one. Oh, sorry, Vitolda. Sorry, Katie. I know you would have loved that one. Sorry about that. If you like that one, though, you might like this one because this is Tim Harvey. Tim Harvey. Up on 2 wheels in a Volvo. Again, this one was politely declined. So there you go. Tim Harvey up on 2 wheels in a Volvo. So, by the way, these photos face the other way because it's on mirror. But there you go. Tim Harvey. That's what we're up for next. And that is going to go to... Click. Bloody hell, we're 5 to 9 already. My word. Who's getting that one? Aid Hill. Now, I'm up with Aid to give him a couple of prizes that he won last time. So, Aid, if you want to go for another coffee while I give you your prize, we can certainly do that just down the road. Well done, Aid. Now, we have got more BTC stuff. Quite a lot of BTC stuff because we're pretty well in with people. Oh, Dan Appleby, very worthy cause. Happy to. Cheers, bud. Good man. You need to watch back from the start. Yes, well, Katie, you haven't won anything yet. Sorry, burst your bubble. But anyway, we have got... Right, we're going to do 2 separate draws because nobody wants 2 of these, I'm sure. Both the same photo. Both signed by the same bloke. You've heard of Ash Sutton, haven't you? Touring car fans. There you go. A couple of Scoobies for you. There you go. A couple of Ash Sutton signed Subarus. We're going to do 2 draws for this. I'm going to put 2 names against it. I've just hit the button. If anyone... Oh, Aid Hill. Again, what are the odds? You've won 2 in a row, Aid. Okay, well, that's how it goes. Okay, Aid Hill has won that first one. Second one is going to... I promise this is all completely random. I am going to spin it round. Speak of the devil, Katie Eames. Oh, my word. You've tuned in at the perfect time. You've just won one of those Ash Sutton Subaru photos. Aid Hill / Katie Eames. Well done, Katie. That was a perfect time to tune in, wasn't it? Talk about bonkers. Vitolda's just repatriated a print of Paul all the way from Australia. Oh, superb. That's lovely, Vitolda. We like that. So, yes, Katie, well done. Perfect time to tune in. Well done, you. You've won a Subaru photo. Okay, next up, we have got another one from Ash Sutton. Thank you very much for doing this, Ash. Laser Infinity. We like. That's going around Druids at Brands Hatch, as you can tell. That's the next one. Click the tab, press the button. Oh, we're rattling through here. The next one's an Ash Sutton one as well. But this one, Colin Marshall. Colin Marshall. I recognise your name from last time as well. Well done, mate. Colin, that is winging its way to you. Remove that entry. Next one, Ash Sutton. Have I got 2 of these? No. Oh, no, Dan Camish. Ash Sutton in the special race against Dementia livery. That's at Knock Hill last year. Up on 2 wheels. Ash Sutton, excuse me. Click the button. Oh, my word. Keith Lamb. Keith Lamb. I recognise the name. You pop up in the comments now and again, my friend. So there you go, Keith. Well done. Very, very good. Next one from the same day, same team. Ash's teammate. Hang on, we'll take that off there. Ash's teammate, Dan Camish. There you go. Woohoo. Former guest on the Hard Compound, of course. Dan Camish signed photo. Click the button there. If you could all form an orderly queue at my front door. David Naylor. David Naylor. You have won that one, David. Well done. That's that one. And the next one is also Dan Camish. And once again, in a special livery, Dan very kindly signed this. There you go. That's the Valvoline one. Valvoline? Valvoline? I always thought it was Valvoline. I don't know about you. But anyway, that's signed. That's a Silverstone one. That's what we're playing for next. Oh, Vitolda's put Dan Cam in one of those big smiley love heart things. Valvoline one. Oh, hang on. That hasn't. This is where a wireless mouse is a bit of a pest. What have we got here? Dan Appleby. For goodness sake, Dan. No, I am very grateful for the money you put in, but you've won that one as well, Dan. See, this is why you donate loads of money. You get loads of stuff because you get loads of entries. Well done, Dan. Good for you. I should have done this a month ago. I could have just given to you at Spa, couldn't I? Anyway, Keith Mayle, both of those Dan Cam special livery cars are coming out in 143 models form made by Spark. I didn't realise that. Well, that's cool. They're going to fly off the shelf, aren't they? They're going to absolutely fly. Now, this next one actually wasn't in the original one, but someone I know in the motorsport world has got two of these. If you like your DTM, there's a signed photo of Paul Di Resta, which I think is pretty cool. And he said I could have this for he had three. He gave one to me, and there you go. So Paul Di Resta, that's very cool. In the Mercedes, I do like that picture. That is cool. So if you like your DTM, you might be in a bit of luck here. Let's have a look what we got. David Spedding. David Spedding has won that one. Remove. There we are. Going to add David Spedding. Excellent. Right. Back to the BTCC. Back to the Race Against Dementia special livery from Napa. Sam Osborne. There you go. Slightly bigger photo with Sam. There you go. Who's going to win this one? By the way, anyone who doesn't respond to my messages or doesn't claim their prize, I'm going to stick it on eBay. So, and that money is going to go to Race Against Dementia as well. Come on. Spin, spin, spin. Keith Lamb. Keith Lamb has won that Sam Osborne signed photo. And carrying on the tradition of liveries, we're back with Sam Osborne again for the next one. Once my computer wakes up, there you go, in the Valvoline livery. Very nice. Very good. I'm guessing you'll post a list. Yes, I will, Katie. I will post a list for everyone and tag as many people as I can. You assume correct, my lady. Right then. Who's going to win the Sam Osborne Valvoline one? Ross Walker. Ross Walker. Well done, Ross. Add you to the list. Now, this next one is from before Aaron Taylor Smith gained a hyphen. Airwaves. There you go, look. Very nice. Aaron Taylor Smith these days. Here we are. That's up next. And that is going to be won by Aid Hill. My goodness, Aid, you're having a good evening. Goodness me. You've won 3 things. Excellent. Well done, Aid. That's yours. Next one. We all know how Martin Donnelly ended up in this car, very sadly. But he very kindly signed this photo. 1990 F1, the Lotus. Who's going to win it? Click the button. What have we got? Jim McKendrick, or James McKendrick, however you pronounce it, Jim. Well done, my man. Jim follows the page across Facebook and Instagram. So, Jim, well done. That is going to be winging its way to you once I've got in touch. What have we got next? Oh, this was another new one that came, excuse me, Siegfried Store in I think one of the best F1 cars of the early 80s. Isn't that a beaut? That's the Arrows. That was the car in which he sadly hit Dave Luckett at Zolder. But there you go. Very cool car. Signed by Siegfried himself. Are there any BTCC pics where the cars aren't up on two wheels? No, absolutely not. Thought we've got to capture the essence of the BTCC. Motorbike sideways. So the Siegfried Store photo. Siegfried Store, the Italian that doesn't sound like an Italian. Oh, freeze. Hang on. Rejig. There you go. Click the button. When I say freeze, it means my mouse pointer's not working because it's a wireless mouse and it's naff. That's one of the guys who came to the Indy 500 with us. Gavin Delman, the guy who's just donated £5. There you go, Gav. That's yours. I'm seeing you on Friday, aren't I? I'll bring it along. Yes, me and Gav, we're going to go and see Günther Steiner live in Reading, which is going to be interesting. Diffan, Martin Donovan was at Snetterton. Yes, he was, wasn't he? He was at Snetterton for the BTCC. Saw him on the grid there, which is good to see. Good to see Martin looking well. What we got here? Oh, this is Johnny Molam. This is a cool car. Look at that, look. Yes, I believe that's at Petit Le Mans. Johnny Molam, that's what we're up for next. Johnny lives just down the road from me in Ascot. Caught up with him. We were going to have a drink, but spent the whole time talking, so we didn't. And that is... Oh, goodness me, I don't like it when it glitches. Come on now. The names are all still there, don't worry. Johnny Molam photo is won by Hamish Forest Racing, the chap I mentioned earlier. Hamish, Andy, thank you very much for your generosity with the hospitality, that first prize we did. Here's a little thank you for you. So I'll put that in with Hamish. Well done, chaps, and we'll see you at Silverstone. Next one is another Johnny Molam one. I think this might be Sebring, not sure. It's cool though. It's a cool photo. Johnny Molam. We like Johnny. Good guy. Right. Who's going to win the second Johnny Molam photo? Oh, wrong tab. Alison Jeff. Well done, Alison. I know you won something before, so there you go. You've added something. You've added another one to your little collection there. Well done, Alison. Now, two lots of double bubble here. Back in the BTCC, back in the late 80s and early 90s. We have got both a signed Rob Gravitt fan card, signed by our good pal, Mr. Rob Gravitt himself, and a very nice photo of him in the Ford Sierra Sapphire. I've got two of these. There you go. So you get both of those. Double bubble. Just dropped my phone. First one. Oh, mobile phones bounce, you know. The first one is going to Dan Appleby. For heaven's sake, Dan, you know what? I'm going to call you out. The 100 quid you spent is doing you a solid. So Dan Appleby's won the first one. And the second one is going to Barbara Blaber. Barbara, you won something last time, I remember. So well done, Barbara. Very, very good. Well done. Good to see. Yes, it is. My list is still in order. We're still with Rob Gravitt. Still with Rob. Sorry, folks, I'm looking at the comments as well. Martin Donnelly, BTCC. Will be a great evening going from his books. Who, what? Whose book? Don't know. He's never been one to mince his words, that's for sure. Whose book are we talking about, folks? I've missed something. Anyway, next prize. Rob Gravitt, Rocket Cargo. Boom. Very nice. A lot of people like this car. So let's see who's going to win Rob's next one. The fact that these prizes are still up for grabs is no indication on how the people are held in regard. They just weren't claimed. John Chambers. John Chambers, you've been following the page since day one. I remember meeting you at Brands Hatch, didn't I? I'm sure that was you, wasn't it, John? Anyway, that is you, John. Now, Tom Ingram fans. Tom Ingram fans. This one's a bit of a bonus because you get a signature and a half. Hang on. Dan says that his wife is going to, Arancha's going to get upset. Her living room is being filled with these photos. Sorry, Arancha. Sorry, my dear. Katie. Oh, Steiner's book. Yes, Steiner's book. That's going to be fun. Okay, if you're a fan of Tom Ingram, this is a bonus. It's not a very good one. Anyway, Tom Ingram, that's him. Signed. He signed that about half an hour, sadly, before he came second last year in the VTCC. But I put it on top of another photo, so you've got half a signature on the back as well. So anyway, the Accelerate one. The Accelerate one. Spin, spin, spin. Here we go. Spin, spin, spin. Sorry, folks, I've got an itchy nose. I don't mean to keep scratching it. Spin, spin, spin. Julie Hancock. Julie Hancock has won that one. Okay, next one is also Tom Ingram. And you know I said I'd put... This is why you don't get photos signed in the rain. But slightly smudged signature. But that's the Avensis. Was the rocket cargo of Rob Gravitz from 1997? You know, I believe it was. Differ. But yes, the Avensis photo. Toyota Avensis is going to spin, spin, spin. Jeff Gendel. Jeff Gendel, I know you won something last time. That name rings a bell. A lot of repeat winners here, which is good. Well, I suppose there would all be repeat winners, wouldn't they? Apart from the handful that have donated recently. Well done to you, Jeff. Okay, next one, Colin Turkington. Signed photo, obviously. Him at Donington, I think that's probably 2019, 18, 19, something like that. So there you go. That's good. Diffan, thank you for tagging Julie Hancock in the signed Ingram photo. Well done to her, and thank you. This Colin Turkington photo is going to spin, spin, spin. Den Devlin. Now, Den works with the 2-meter team in the Legends Championship. So, Den, I'll be bringing that down to you on Sunday, my man. Well done to you, Den. He'll probably say, "Oh, I don't want it, mate. Got enough stuff." Sounds just like you, Den. Yeah. But I would remember it well, but for some reason, I think a year later, don't quite remember. You know what? I'm going to Google it now. Hang on a minute. Rob Gravett, rocket cargo. I'm Googling. I'm having a Google. I'm Googling me nuts off. It says here. Right, I've got one here that says it was 16th photo from 16th of May 1998, and I've got one. What does that say? 1997. I think he ran it in 97 and 98 by the looks of it, folks. There you go. Right, what was that one? That was Turkington, wasn't it? No, what? Was it Turkington? Yes, it was, wasn't it? Now, this one, it's a little bit battered and a little bit folded and dog-eared, but it has survived for 37 years, so I'm sure you'll forgive me. Not many of these around anymore. We all have Jerry Marnie, don't we? What a chat that was. This is the car that won the first ever British touring car race I ever saw. There you are. That's a paper poster. It is signed by Jerry at the top then. The Aquati RS 500. What an absolute belter of a car. Absolutely superb. One of the best characters in motorsport. Hands down. It's quite a rare thing. So I'll just hit spin. And who's going to be having that one? Stick that in a frame. It will look a treat. Alistair Ladd Photography, no less. I've used a couple of his photos on the article. So nice to be able to pay Alistair back for the use of his photographs. So well done, Alistair. That is yours. Now we have got a double whammy of Karun Chandhok coming up here. This is first of him when he tested in Lotus. Hand signed by Karun. Oh, hang on 1 second. Diffan, I remember Tom signing the photos at Brands Hatch for you, Rich, and yes, it was drizzling very heavily. And you weren't happy that the signatures were smudged straight away. No, I wasn't. Blinking Ingram. No, it's not his fault. Not his fault. Anyway, next one. Karen Chandhok. Good memory, by the way, Diffan. Karen Chandhok in the Lotus when he was testing, I believe that was. Karen lives just up the road from me. I need to go for a coffee with him if I can. Who is going to get the Karen Chandhok photo? If this is Dan Appleby, I'm going to slap him. Oh, hang on, it stopped again. Sorry, folks. If this is Dan Appleby, he's not having it. I'm not having it. He's not allowed. Blaine Walton. Blaine Walton, that is winging its way to you, or will be once I get in touch. Excellent. You may not know that Karen Chandhok also raced at Le Mans in a very cool car. Look at that. That's a sweet little thing, isn't it? There you go. Who's going to win this? Karen Chandhok Le Mans. I've got to stop dropping my phone, honestly. I've only had one can of Guinness. Right, button. There's probably about half a dozen left, folks. We're not a million miles away. Oh, Will Picken, yet again. That £10 you donated this evening is doing you a solid. Once again, well done, Will. That is making its way to you. So what else did you win, Will? Oh, yeah, the Mika Salo photo. That's very cool. Mika Salo and Karen Chandhok. That'll do, won't it? Right then. I know we've got some fans, judging by the viewing figures on the chat, of Fabrizio Giovanardi. What should we do first? Should we do the Vauxhall? Do the Holiday Inn Vauxhall at Thruxton. These photos do look better than they do on camera. There you go. Fabrizio Giovanardi. You'll be Irish dancing before long. Blimey, nobody wants to see that, do they? Right then. First Fabrizio Giovanardi photo. I like photos. They're cheap to post, unless you guys want to help. Fabrizio Giovanardi. Heather Athey. Athey? I think it's Heather Athey. Well done. You did win something before. I've got your details, Heather. Well done. You have won that. And we all know Fabrizio Giovanardi also raced in the Airwaves Focus Motorbase Alliance Racing, whatever they're called. So that's next up for grabs. Click the tab, press the button, put that down there. That is going to be won by Freeze. Goodness me. This is why there's so many of you being so generous. This is what it causes. It causes my wheel to freeze. Thank you, though. Glitching. No, well, we're back. We're back, up and running. Oh, David Spedding, again. David Spedding has won twice. Well done, David. If you have donated, I promise your name's on the list. I have double-checked everything. David Spedding. Let's scroll down. Now, this is a new thing that only came in the post a few, last week, actually. Dimi Mavropoulos, the absolutely brilliant ex-rallycross driver. He sent me a couple of signed photos just for me, and he sent me a few of these stickers as well. When I say a few, about 9. So I'll give them to a few mates. But yeah, look, that's signed by Dimi Mavropoulos. That's Mobile 1. That's a sticker. And it's got his Audi on it. That's signed by Dimi Mavropoulos. He doesn't give these out very lightly. Oh, Dimi. So who's going to win this? Any rallycross fans out there? If anyone's a rallycross fan, you're going to love this. Let's hope that Jonty Richards. Jonty, I met him at Media Day. Thank you for coming over, Jonty. Yes, you have won a signed Dimi Mavropoulos photo sticker. Sorry, signed sticker. Jonty Richards. Well done, Jonty. Good man. Next one here. Gravit Jr. You know, Gravit Jr. Bradley. We love the Liqui Moly Mini, don't we? He signed that. Donington Park. Can I point out that I printed all these out? Not by hand, obviously, but for my own pennies. For you. Andy Bailey. Andy Bailey. Where's my pointer? There we go. Take Andy Bailey off of the wheel. Well done, Andy. You've won your signed Gradley Bravitt photo. Another little double whammy here from my good guy who's become a very good friend, actually. We spend a lot of time WhatsApping and talking and stuff. Currently in the DTM with Aston Martin. Come to you racing. Mr. Gilles Magnus. That's him in the World Touring car a couple of years ago. Signed fan card as well. Good looking chap. And that's his come to you car on the back. So double whammy there. Double dose. Gilles. We like Gilles. Nice guy. Get the right tab, Richard. There we are. Spin, spin. Round, round and round. Freeze. Oh, it's blow on it. There we go. Johanna Right Bend. Johanna. We are friends on Facebook. She loves her motorsport. Loves her motorsport. So it's nice that she's had a win. I don't think she won anything last time. So there you go, Johanna. Johanna. All yours. Right, next up. Oh, you've gone quiet. Where are you all? 164 of you. Very nice. Now, if you like a bit of DTM and a British GT, you're going to like this. Max Gertz, Maximilian Gertz. Again, chap who's become a very good friend now. We're in regular contact. What is wrong with my words tonight? We've got two of these. Two of Maxi Gertz. First one, if you love your Haribo. Woohoo! That's him. There's Mercedes. Look at that, look. Haribo Bear. It doesn't come with Haribo, I'm afraid. I might get a little bag. Put it in. Why not? John Cavill. Well done, John. John has worked in motorsport for a long time. Has become a very good supporter of the page. He's put me into. It was him who put me in touch with Roberto Moreno and a few others for the chat. And I believe Tommy Byrne as well. So thank you, John. Nice little thing for you there, my man. And the next one is another Max Gertz. KT Eames catching up on the TT while watching. Excellent. Yes, I'm going to be doing a little bit about Mr. Dunlop. 32 and still going. What a guy. Max Gertz, British GT last year. Look at that. That is a beauty. I do like that car. Very cool. The Mercedes. Who is taking home a photo of a signed Max Gertz Mercedes? Spinning. Kay Baker. Good stuff, Kay. I know you follow the page a lot. Thank you for your support. I'll add you to that list there. We have got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items left. 2 of which are the same. So there's going to be 2 of these again. We're looking in BTCC RS 500s. Carl Jones. Duckham's. That one's upside down. He's rolled it. There you go. Both the same size photo. I'm just holding them at different. There you go. So there you go. Signed by Jonesy. Thank you, Jonesy. Thank you, my man. We like Jonesy. Okay, 2 winners on this one. First one is Heather Athey again. Very good. You won something a few draws ago. Well done, Heather. And that's you. Well done. Next one. Click. If this is Heather Athey, she's not having 2. Vitolda Malasevska, you have won a signed photo of Carl Jones in his RS 500. Thank you for tuning in to all the lives. Very grateful. I've got to try and spell your name now. I'm joking. I am, of course, joking. Look at that. There you go. All those hours of tuning in, listening to me waffling about motorsport have paid off. Vitolda, she's gutted for Hickey. Peter Hickman, yes, fell off and bashed himself up. But let's be glad that he's still with us because that could have gone very, very differently. Real shame. But anyway, Vitolda, I hope winning a photo of Carl Jones's RS 500 has eased your guttedness. There you go. Right, next one. It should be Sandy Mitchell. It is. Good. Sandy Mitchell was a runner-up in the British GT Championship last year, 2020 champion. And he very kindly signed this at Brands Hatch last year, just before he came on here for a live chat. Look at that. What a beaut. Lamborghini Huracan. Try and get the shadows. How cool is that? Very cool. Thank you, Sandy. Forfa's finest. We're down to the last handful, folks. We're going to get back to talking motorsport. You can get back in the comments and chuck some stuff at me. What have we got here? I'm going to open my Guinness Zero in a minute. Oh, for heaven's sake. But I want it. There we go. Andy Hatton. Again, a double win for Andy Hatton. Very nice. You've won the Lambo. Now, I don't know if we've got any bikes fans in here. Have we got any bikes fans? Do we like bikes? I'm just going to see if anyone's going to... I'm going to give it 30 seconds. See if anyone's going to type here what we got here. Is that the Duckham Zaras 500? Yes, Keith, it is. If so, Skeletries do an awesome version. They do. Yeah, they do. I've actually seen that one. Very, very cool. Plus the Rouse Caliber car. Oh, that's a belter in it. It's a classic. It's one of my favourite touring cars ever. Anything with an RS 500. Beautiful. Anyway, any bikes fans? World Superbike fans? Dylan Stratton. You're a fan. Double World Superbike champion. British. Former guest on the Hard Compound. James Toseland. Look at that. Look, signed. I actually picked that up when I met him just before Christmas at one of his little touring events. He can ride a motorbike, he can play piano, he can sing. It's just a shame, you know, it's just a shame that he's not very good looking, is he? Handsome devil. He is. Handsome devil, JT. So that's the next thing we're up for. Let's see if anyone would like this. See what we've got here. Spin, 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 spin. Katie Eames, you have won. You have won again. You've won again. And I've just seen that you've put me in the thing. Well, that worked out very nicely, didn't it? Katie, you've just said that is uber cool. Just pretend to spin and let me win. I promise you, I hit spin and you have won. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I cannot... Look at that. How good is that? Katie Eames, I think you might owe me a beer or a cup of tea and a biscuit at least. Look at that. Isn't that lucky how things come out? And I think the comments are on a bit of a delay, I think, from what I can gather. So that was completely fluke. That was absolute fluke. Well done, Katie. That's actually made me smile. That's great. What have we got here? Adam Christodoulou. Adam Christodoulou. We like Adam. This is one of my favourite photos of the lot, actually. Something about going around the Nordschleife with a blurry background. Look at that. And he signed that, which is very cool. And he's another good-looking chap. So if you like the look of Adam Christodoulou, you're going to get this as well. So he signed those two. That's a double whammy. So whoever gets this, GT racer, honestly, check out Adam Christodoulou. He's a top driver. Great bloke. Had a really good chat with him at Goodwood. And just before he came on here, which was great. And blowing again. My word. Come on now. Come on, little wheel. Come on, little wheel. Blimey. There we are. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's no name on that. It says we have a winner and there's no name. My mistake. Okay, I'm going to redo that one. Sorry, folks. This time. Oh, goodness me. I think my computer's dying. I'm not surprised. It's freezing. There we are. We're back up and running. Now, can I have a name, please? David Naylor. David Naylor is the winner. My mouse has stopped working. Sorry about that, folks. Don't know what happened there. David Naylor. And there's another one from Adam Christodoulou. One of the coolest cars on any GT grid. This is when he did a bit of British GT. Hang on, what we got here? Vitolda, did I actually win something? You did win something. Yes, you did. You won. Where was it? A signed Carl Jones photo. Duckham's RS 500 from about 1988-89. So there you go. So that's very nice. That's very good. You've done that. What we got here? Katie Eames, watch the footage in slow motion. Oh, no, don't do that. Goodness me. Oh, Diffan's answered the questions as well. Thank you, Diffan. I missed that. Yes, any off in the TT isn't going to be a small one. You're right, Vitolda. Yes. Stick to 4 wheels. RS 500. You got a signed photo. Next one. This is one of the coolest cars on the British GT grid, isn't it? The chrome green. Look at that. Look. Chrome green. Team ABBA. Get it in focus. Mercedes. Love it. Absolutely love the sound of that car. Adam drove it. This is a signed photo that one of you lovely, lovely lot is going to win. I'll just hit the button. I say lovely lot. If it's Dan Appleby again, he can't have it. Honestly, folks, I'm not making this up. Look at that. I don't know if you can read it backwards, but that says Dan Appleby. Well done, Dan. Arancha's going to hate you, mate. She's going to be hating you. Okay, Dan, there you go, mate. There's another one. At least it saves me postage, doesn't it? Sorry. Little in joke between me and Dan. Dan had loads of it. Dan was he was the first donator to this, so he deserves lots of wins. He donated a lot of money. So thank you, Dan. Okay, we're down to the last 4. George Gamble is the reigning Porsche champion. Just remove him from the wheel. I can't. He's paid his money. I can't do it. Anyway, George Gamble and his title-winning Porsche last year, signed by George at Brands Hatch at the final round just before he won the championship, actually. Yes, Katie, I know you were joking. Don't worry. Okay. Seriously, if this is Dan again, you're not having it, mate. I'm deadly serious. You're not having it. Right, where are we? Oh, I didn't press the button. Sorry, folks. Sitting there looking at it like a lemon. What we got? We've got a freeze is what we've got. We're getting there. There we are. We're still moving. Still rolling. Thomas Gaines. Well done, Thomas. You have won that. Right, we're down to the last 3. Last 3 items. We're sticking with Porsche. Oh, no, I've got the little note that I put on the back of it. Look, please just sign on the front. I'll take that off. Because that went to Harry King when he was in his Porsche. I'm not sure where that was, but that obviously that's in the Porsche Super Cup. Very cool photo. Signed by Harry himself. Harry's in the Fanatec. No, it's not Fanatec, is it? It's just GT World Challenge Europe now, isn't he? Our boy Harry. We like Harry. Press the button, Richard. Will Picken, goodness me, Will, that 10 quid you donated, you have done phenomenally well out of that. Well done. Here we are. That's good. Right, 2 more to go. These are in no particular order. They're just in the order that I had them. Chris Smiley, British Touring Cars. There you go. When he was with BTC Racing. I'll just hit the button. And it is won by Dylan Stratton. Dylan. Oh, see, that's easy. You're just round the corner. This is very good, isn't it? A lot of local people, which is quite nice. Dylan Stratton, you've won that. I'll drop that round to you. Unless you've moved house. I'll drop that round to you, Dylan. Congratulations. Well done. Last one. This is the last one. Then we're going to get back to talking about motorsport, and I can pour myself a drink because I've got a mouth like a bag full of sawdust. Dylan Stratton just commented, love a Honda Civic. Well, you're going to love it even more when the comments catch up because you've just won a signed photo. Last one, Jodie Sloss, winner of what was it? The Women on Track or whatever? I can't remember what it's called now. She joined us for a chat. That was when she went out to Sebring and raced in the Porsche, and she's very kindly signed that photo. So this is the last one, folks. Last chance to win. Whether you've won or whether you haven't, thank you very much for all your support of Race Against Dementia as well. We've got a few more pounds raised today, so I'll make sure that goes across. And last one. Click and spin. And it is Dawn Jacobs. Dawn Jacobs, you are the final winner of the draw. Well, that only took about an hour. There you go. Right, I've got it all in a Word document and I have saved it. So there we are. I'm going to close down that wheel because I'm pretty sure it's slowing my computer down. There you go. So there we are. Thank you, folks. Thank you for bearing with. That was very successful. As I said, I mean, there was about a dozen, maybe 15 prizes that I tried to contact the winners through various means. Wasn't able to. And there was others that were very kindly declined by the winners because they just wanted to help. So that's where those prizes have come from. They're all genuine. They're all the same prizes from the first one with the exception of those additions. So there you go. That's it. We are all done. I'll be putting a list up sometime, probably over the weekend, Saturday maybe, once I've got the list together. So there's all the winners. There's all the items. They're all down there. I've got them all set, ready to roll, and I'm going to put them in bundles for people who have multiple wins. And I might get Dan to come and collect them. I think he deserves a day trip. But no, thanks very much, everyone. Very much appreciated. Well done to those who have won. I will get all that sorted. As I mentioned, some people chose to cover the postage costs, which if you want to do, that's absolutely fine. Any money transferred to me will go to Race Against Dementia. So I think by the time we've done that, we should have raised another £100 maybe. So that takes us well over the 2,500, which is great. So thank you very much, guys. Very grateful to you for that. I'm going to open up my can of Guinness Zero because it's quite warm in this room and I need a cold beverage. So bear with me. That was the can opening. Dylan still lives in the same place, so all good. Okay, great stuff. Great stuff. I'm just going to pour myself a drink. So well done, folks. Thank you, as always, for your support. As I said, we'll be live again this time next week. And you won't have to put up with just me rambling away. We do have a guest. In fact, we have guests for next week, the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th. Hang on, where are we? I'm going to give you a teaser here. Next week is someone who has been involved in Formula One and in IMSA. The 18th is a British touring car driver, current British touring car driver. So he's racing this season. And so that's the 18th. And the 25th, we have got our first active Australian supercars racer joining us, which is going to be cool. That one might start at about 9 o'clock UK time, because obviously the time zones. The person in question will be joining us from Thursday morning out in Australia. So yeah, so that'd be good. So that's what we've got definitely coming up. I've got a team owner. Can I give away any more than that? A single-seater team owner, mainly single-seater team owner. On the hook, we're just sorting out a date. We have got a current driver in the NASCAR franchise on the hook. We're going to sort that out. What else? Who else have we got? I'm trying to think who else we've got. Oh, current F2 driver, but that won't be till the end of the season. But it is going to happen whether they move up into F1 or not. So that's very exciting. So that's very good. I have got contact with an IndyCar legend. One with 2 current IndyCar drivers, a current F1 Academy driver. Who else have we got? I think now. Oh, a second British touring car driver's on the hook. And hopefully a couple of ex-drivers as well. Ex-F1 drivers. So yes, we'll see. But yeah, we're going to get to Motorsport in a minute. Katie, before I head off, I do have to get to my biscuit conversation quickly. Absolutely right. Gotta get to the biscuits. Today I managed to snaffle the last packet of Garibaldi's after donating blood. Goodness me, donated blood. That's cool. Well done. Round of applause for that. Absolute round of applause for that. But a packet of as you say, top tier biscuits. Absolutely, the old dead fly biscuits. Love a Garibaldi. Well, I'll tell you what, Katie, if you're trackside when I give you your prizes, you've got to bring some Garibaldis. That's worth a trip. But yeah, Katie says, big shout out to all those who donated to this amazing cause, whether it was with prizes or with monetary value to win said prizes. Absolutely. Completely agree. Thank you very much to anyone who sees this, anyone who's donated, anyone who has, donated money, of course, and anyone who has donated a prize. We had some amazing things. I mean, just as a recap, like Dan Camish gave us one of his Porsche Carrera race winning trophies from Snetterton. Fantastic. Andy Prio donated some signed race worn race boots. Fantastic. John Cleland donated some like racing gloves. Joe Tanner up at Renat Design up at Knock Hill donated like a visor signed by Rory Butcher and Gordon Shedden, which is fantastic. One of the followers, Mark Perks, donated a trade price racing jacket, which was proper warm. I was tempted to keep it, but he donated that. Will Gibson, the Legends champion, donated photos and a beanie hat and T-shirts. Kenny Atchison donated T-shirts and signed photos. James Gibson Artworks donated 3 prints, one of which has gone tonight. Crikey, like Derek Warwick donated stuff. Loads of drivers like Steve Soper's donated signed photos. Loads and loads of things. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing that so many great people that I looked up to, a lot of them who I looked up to when I was a kid, people like Derek Warwick. I got Mario Andretti donated 8 signed photos. I contacted his PA and she said, yeah, he'd be delighted. Like Willie Ribbs, like Willie T. Ribbs donated stuff. All these guys that I remember watching when I was a kid. Amazing. Yeah. It's very, very, very strange to be. Well, I'll put it this way. On Sunday, I'm meeting up with Alex Caffey, ex-F1 driver who I remember watching in Osella when he was, like 85, 86, 87, I think, 87. And he just sent me a message completely out of the blue yesterday saying, Rich, my friend, I hope you're going to come and see us on Sunday, because he runs a Euro NASCAR team. How cool is that? Ex-F1 driver considers me his friend. Bonkers. Same as Kenny Atchison. Amazing. Anyway, rambling. Shut up, Richard. I'm going to have a drink. Right. What we got here? Julie Hancock. Didn't know I'd enter the competition. Julie, you did. You donated. This is a carryover from the Race Against Dementia giveaway that we did, Julie, at the end of last year. You kindly donated, and some of the prizes were either not claimed or politely declined from people that just wanted to help. So I've done a redraw, and Julie, you have won a signed photo of Tom Ingram. So well done to you, Julie. It's nice to have these little wins in life, isn't it? Which is great. Katie Eames, I'm not forgetting you, Rich, for organising, because I can tell it's been absolutely mental for you to sort out. Well, and Vitara says, and yes, you're got more fortitude than I have. Yeah, well, you've got to be mental, haven't you? You've got to be a bit mental to to start something as a bit of a hobby and a bit of fun, and then really start taking it seriously, which I do. But no, I mean, I've got a lot of great things out of the hard compound. As I said, I haven't played for motorsport tickets in the UK for 3 years, which is a nice little thing. And it's lovely that people come up and say hello to me. There's only one or two at media day and stuff, but it's lovely. People, they recognise me, which is a nice little thing. And to have got a little toe inside the motorsport ropes with some of my heroes from when I was a kid is unbelievable. So it's nice to be able to do something for people who are in tough situations with dementia. So but no, thank you to all of you guys who have helped make it happen as well. I've just got a lot of stamps to buy now. But yeah, as I said, folks, if you do fancy pitching in, just £2.50 or something for postage. I mean, I'm happy to pay it, but if you guys want to pitch in, that £2.50 will go straight to Racing Against Dementia as well, or whatever it costs, because they're all small items. But if not, don't worry, it's fine. Where are we? What have we got? Who's next? Julie Hancock, Diff Will Evans, I'm sure, which will let me know. Oh yes, I have just let you know. There you go. Katie Eames, I've followed many a page, but yours is way more fun than others. Well, there you go. Thank you. See, I do come across as a misery guts sometimes when I write things down, but I'm really quite a happy chap. But thank you, Katie. Dylan Stratton, you're a celeb in the motorsport world, Rich. Yeah, I'm a celeb in this room. That's about it. But no, thank you. Anyway, enough about the page and stuff. But anyway, folks, I will put a list up and with some photos and stuff like that when I get a moment. Obviously, I do have a day job, but I've got some posts going up tomorrow. Friday, I think, is sorted. I might have a window to put something out on Saturday, and obviously I'm out at Brands on Sunday. So it might be Saturday, it might be Monday, but I will put a list up. And I'm sure I've got a lot of your contact details anyway, so we can sort that out, which is great. Katie Eames has got a sign off. She's back to work tomorrow. Night, Noel. Good night, Katie. Congratulations on your win. Well done. Have a cup of tea and a biscuit before you go, and I'll be in touch. Great stuff. Thank you for your support as always. Right. Okay. I am rambling. So yes, prize is done. What have we not talked about? We've talked about IndyCar. We talked about F1, touring cars, BTCC. Quite a situation at Accelerate Motorsport, isn't it? A bit of a misunderstanding. Well, I say misunderstanding. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I don't know if Creasy's tuning in. But yeah, Creasy, shame you've only got that first round under your belt, mate. Obviously, Creasy went into I think it was the fourth Hyundai at Accelerate. Katie Eames will catch up with the live after work. Good stuff, Katie. We're only going to be about another half hour or so. But thanks again. Yeah, so Creasy got that fourth car, showed pretty well at Donington, and then very nicely offered the seat up to Ryan Bensley at Snetterton for his debut. He did rather well, I thought. And obviously, yeah, you can only do 2 driver changes per car, and with obviously Senna Proctor, I mean, I think there might have been a misunderstanding about, is it 2 drivers in total, or is it 2 contracted drivers, or fill-in drivers don't count, or whatever the thing was. Obviously, Creasy was going to do the first half of the season and Senna Proctor was going to do the second half. But Ryan Bensley going in means that Senna Proctor either didn't get the drive but he was contracted to drive. Creasy already had, so it seems Creasy's had to step away. Very strange situation. And a real shame to see Creasy not on the grid, but he's still obviously in the team, doing bits and pieces and working off track. Yeah, strange situation. Strange situation to be in, but yeah, hopefully Creasy will return to the track in 2026 because we all know him as being a great character, which he is, but he's also a very, very good racing driver. So we'd like to see him back on the grid. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what Senna Proctor can do in the Hyundai at Thruxton. Obviously, high-speed circuit this weekend. And that Hyundai is an absolute rocket, isn't it, this year? It seems to be the fastest it seems to be the quickest or the fastest, whatever you want to call it, on pace. Sorry about this, folks. Should be the quickest on pace, which should go well run at Thruxton. So it's going to be interesting. Because obviously Tom, and Adam have been terrific in the Hyundai this year. Is it 9 podiums already? 9 podiums in the first 3 rounds. So yeah, interesting to see where Senna where Senna crops up. Oh, my mate Dan Appleby just sent me a message. Had to shut off as it's well past his bedtime. Blah 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 blah. Speed fest, etc., etc. Yeah, whatever. Sorry, Dan. I'll message you later. So yeah, interesting to see how Senna Proctor goes, because it's been 2.5 years, best part of 3 years, isn't it, since he's been in the series, and that was in the Honda. So we'll see how that goes. Speaking of Honda, back on the grid this year, Josh Cook back in a Honda at Thruxton. We all know what that means. I think he's won like 20 BTCC races, and I think 9 of them have been in a Honda at Thruxton. So that's going to be interesting to see, because obviously One Motorsport have been away for a year, so slightly off the pace, understandably, but got a podium at Snetterton with Josh. Stephen Jolly needs a change of luck. He keeps getting driven into and turned around and stuff, so hopefully that will happen. But yeah, interesting to see how it goes. I think, the BMWs could go well. I think Charles Rainford could have a good weekend. Big fan of Charles since he came on here for a chat and met him at Media Day. Really nice, really, really nice guy. But yeah, I can't see past the Hyundais this weekend. I could be completely way off the mark, but I think they're going to be very, very strong. I'd like to see Adam Morgan win a race. Adam Morgan supports the page in his own way, which is great. So I'd like to see Adam do well. And let's not forget, while we're talking Hyundai, let's not forget about Restart Racing. Pete Jones, what a job he's doing with Restart Racing, him and Chris Smiley. And obviously, they're heading up the team, I guess. And with Dan Lloyd in there as well. That's superb. Absolutely superb for a team in, what is it, their second season? Second season in the BTCC. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Watch out for them this weekend. Defan, I was just about to come to that. Obviously, we mentioned about Shane and Owen passing away up at Alton Park. Just awful. I have been meaning to put out a post about Julian Grimwade and the British Rally Championship, and then Di Roberts at the Jim Clark Rally, but obviously it's been a bit hectic, just life stuff and other things. I have been meaning to put something out about them, but it's been very, very tricky, isn't it? It was a bad week, wasn't it? With the guys up at Alton Park and then the guys in the rallying and things like that. Defan has said that he's a super friendly chap, great co-driver. He would always stop to have a chat with us. And I remember when my mum phoned him to say that my dad had passed away, he was truly gutted and devastated that he couldn't attend Dad's funeral. Crikey, sorry to hear that, Defan. Sending my condolences to all the families who have lost a loved one during May. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I'm sure I saw a couple of others who have passed away. There was the one of the electronics guys at Ed Carpenter Racing in IndyCar sadly passed away today after a battle with, I believe it was pancreas. A chap called Ed. Please do forgive me, everyone. I have forgotten his surname. It was a chap called Ed who worked for Ed Carpenter Racing. He very sadly passed away. I believe it was yesterday. It's always a horrible subject to approach, and as you know, folks, I always try and approach things because people shouldn't be forgotten. Absolutely shouldn't be forgotten. And people need to be aware that where are we? Ed Delport very sadly passed away. He was mid-50s, so that's very sad news today. So we will raise a glass to you, Ed, and to Owen, and to Shane, and to and to Di, and to Julian, and everyone else who we passed away. We're going to raise a glass from the UK to you guys. You'll be remembered for sure. Yeah, it's the side of motorsport we don't like. What have we got here? That makes me feel old. Remember watching his dad racing ASCAR? Yes, that was Mark. Was that Mark Proctor, wasn't it? I believe it was. And there'll be parity with the tyres, yes. Soft hard had too much offset, and yeah, guys on hards were just sitting ducks. Yes, I mean, this whole thing about tyres and ballast and hybrid and boost and reverse grid and stuff that people seem to love. I am very much. I spoke with. Oh, hang on. Yes, Diffan, much happier news. You're absolutely right. 3 new race winners this year. I popped something up on Twitter about that. I couldn't really make a full article out of it, but I popped up on Twitter maybe about 10 days ago about Mikey and Daryl and Charles. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant to see. 3 first-time winners. And what was it? Was it 8 winners in 9 races, isn't it? 8 different winners in the first 9 races, I think it is. I could be wrong. And Tom Ingram's not one of them. Astonishing. But yeah, and as you say, Diffan, it looked like PMR and Mikey wouldn't be on the grid this year. So to get that win, yeah, it was great, wasn't it? And he wasn't okay. He got reverse grid pole, which helps. But when you've got a 4-time champion breathing down your neck, it's not easy, is it? So that was terrific. Very, very good to see. You know what? I'm going to check that. I'm sure I wrote that on one of the articles, and now I'm doubting myself. 8 winners in 9 races. I could be absolutely talking from the wrong end here. Which, let's face it, it wouldn't be the first time. Right, it's all wide. Here we go. Race winners. We have got Ash Sutton, Jake Hill, Dan Rowbottom, Dan Camish, Tom Chilton, Charles Rainford, and Mikey Doble. 7. Have I missed one? Sutton, Hill, Rowbottom, Camish, Chilton, Rainford, Doble. 7. 7 in 9 races. It's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. So, yeah, good to see. I fancy Tom Ingram to get a win this weekend. I fancy Adam Morgan to get a win this weekend, actually. But you never know, do you? You never know. Especially going into the complex for the first time, Campbell, Cobb and Seagrave and all that. Yes. Because we like Thruxton. We do like Thruxton. So, yeah, should be good. Should be very, very good. Obviously, won't be doing anything on the VTCC on Sunday. Obviously, we'll be down at Brands. Probably do a couple of live bits, maybe, on Facebook and Instagram. Might do a live from the pit walk or something. See if I can get on the grid, pull some strings. Yeah, so I'll be doing some bits from Brands Hatch on Sunday. And then the BTCC and everything else will follow next week. So that'll be grand. That'll be good to see. Just a word on American Speed Fest. If you do fancy going down there, tickets are still on sale. It's just a good value day out. Bit of Euro NASCAR legends. The old V8. Is it Bernie's V8 bangers or something? On track as well. A few of the old little single-seater cars popping around as well. Good off-track entertainment, monster trucks, burgers and hot dogs, and loads of cool cars on display. Classic cars. Really, really good. Really good. Diffan, you're saying about the Vauxhall being too old. See, people don't get this. The only part of the car that's old is the middle bit. It's got a new back end, new front end. It's got loads of, it's the only... It's not really... it's like Trigger's broom. It only falls in horses. This old broom, I don't know what it is. This old broom has had 13 new heads and 8 new handles. Well, how the hell is it the same broom then? Well, it is, isn't it? It's a bit like that. Bit of a Frankenstein because it's had a new front end, back end, side panel. Everything's pretty. It's just the actual middle bit, the stiff bit of the chassis that's old. But yeah, it's great to see. Great to see that they're running up the front. Which is good. Bit disappointed with what's happened at Unlimited Motorsport. They showed well in pre-season and they showed glimpses at Donington, but the last 2 rounds haven't gone particularly well. Unfortunately, Max had a bit of an off, didn't he? Max Hall had a bit of an off. What was it at the last corner, wasn't it? And took Shedden out. And I know Gordon Shedden is not everyone's cup of tea for some reason. People always say, "Oh, he keeps running into people." I said, "Well, everyone does that, don't they?" I remember a few people didn't like Ash Sutton when he was in the Subaru for the same reason. It's part of it, isn't it? People seem to just pick on Shedden for a lot of things, but he's had no luck, has he? Nobody at Speedworks has had much luck, have they? Since the start of the season. So hopefully, I'd like to see Speedworks and Toyota get a handle on things and have a good weekend. Because they've got a good mix of drivers in there. They've got Gordon Shedden, who's a 3-time champion. You've got Aaron Taylor-Smith, who's like the happiest man in the world. You've got Ronan Pearson, who, he's a champion in waiting if he can get in the right machinery. And James Dorling with a rookie. So I'd like to see Speedworks do well. And Danny Buxton's a nice guy. Always have a chat with Danny when I go there. So I'd like to see them do well. Which one did I miss? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who did I miss? Did I miss De Leon? I must have missed De Leon, yeah. So it was 8 and 9, wasn't it? Yeah, Sutton, Chilton. Oh, Chilton. I think I missed Chilton. Yeah, that was who I missed. First round, wasn't it? So yeah, 8 in 9 races, which is rather good, isn't it? So that's good. We can't just say, oh, it's all the same people winning every week. Hang on a minute. Dan Appleby again. Goodness me, sending me messages. You're not mentioning me in a comment. Duncan Vincent. Hello, Duncan. Anyway, sorry, phone. So yeah, rambling. What else have we had going on, folks? Oh yeah, see the Indy. Sorry, I'll go back to IndyCar. Did you see the crash at the weekend? Yikes! Wow. Obviously great that Carl Kirkwood won. He's the king of the streets, that man. Proper underrated in the Andretti car. But yeah, Louis Foster, goodness me. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but basically at Detroit, it's a short straight. They go left and down to a long old drag, and it's a street circuit downtown, so it's quite bumpy. Long old drag to a proper 180 hairpin like Druids, but it's somewhere between Druids and the Malco hairpin. And then they slam on the jam, there's a wiggly bit, and then they go back. Louis Foster, who's a Brit, obviously. We like to see Brits doing well out in IndyCar. He went thumping down the back stretch, and it seems that a bolt in the suspension geometry has failed. Front suspension failed at about 170. Put him in the wall, and he bounced across and slammed into the back of Felix Rosenqvist. It was a huge hit. I guess hitting Rosenqvist might have helped him because it took the sting out of it, because there was a short runoff road that he ended up down. But goodness me, hell of a hit when you see it from the onboard. Goodness me. So glad to hear that Louis and Felix walked away. I've actually got contact for Felix Rosenqvist. I'll try and get him on. Big fan of Fro. But yeah, check out the footage, or not if you don't want to, because it's a bit of a hard hit. But yeah. I've come prepared. Flask of coffee to offset. So yeah, very cool. IndyCar. That's coming up. Well, GT World Challenge Europe. That was a bit lively from Monza. Had a spate of punctures late on. I forget, was it Mercedes and there was it a Lambo? Yeah. But yeah, all very tricky. Actually, one of the big congratulations to a former guest on the page, Mr. Joseph Loke. If you're watching, Joseph, or Moira, his mum. Hello, Moira. If you're watching, massive congratulations to JLo on the podium. Absolutely fantastic. He's taken to GT racing really well. So really pleased for Joseph. A couple of comments have just come in. Sorry, chaps. This came in a couple of minutes ago. Hang on, what we got here? A live from behind the scenes would be a great watch, Dylan. Yeah. Well, I've arranged to meet up with a couple of the Euro NASCAR a Euro NASCAR driver and Alex Caffey, and also we had like what's his name, Jeroen Blakemolen. We had like Jeroen Blakemolen on 4 weeks ago for a chat, and his father and his brother are in Team Blakemolen, so I'm going to try and contact Jeroen and see if I can go and see Michael. Getting Michael Blakemolen on here would be a cool chat, wouldn't it? XF1 and legend. But yeah, we're going to try and get in and do some behind the scenes. I'll speak to Alex and Vladimiros, see if they'll let me do some videoing from behind the scenes. And I'm sure the Legends guys will as well. So we'll have some bits and pieces for you, which would be great. What we got here? Defan, I think Speedworks' best race finish this year has been 8th place during the reverse grid at Snet. Yep. Hopefully they'll sort out their straight line speed soon. Yeah, it seems to have been an issue with the Corolla, doesn't it? Tom Ingram got a lot out of it when he was there, but I don't know if I don't want this to come across badly because they got like TGR influence, haven't they? They got like Toyota Gazoo Racing influence, and since that has happened, I'm just wondering: is there a couple of fingers too many in the pie? I don't know. I mean, they've had. Was it 3rd year now with Toyota Gazoo Racing on board? And I'm not sure if touring cars are their bag. They do very well at rallying, very well in sports cars, but it doesn't seem to be working in the touring cars under TGR. But obviously you need the backing. So yeah, hopefully they can find something, as you say, Defan. Vitolda said, yes, their form's really dipped since Ting moved to Hyundai. Yeah. Shows how good Tingram is at developing a car and getting the best tune out of it. Yes, exactly. I mean, the Corolla's not a bad car. Tom Ingram definitely got the best out of it. And he's getting the best out of the Hyundai consistently, outperforming his teammates, who are no slouches. But yeah, the Toyota just doesn't quite seem to be firing, does it? So, sorry, folks. If you want a flask, right, plugging here. If you want a flask, right, I sometimes take this to work, and I drive about 45 minutes up towards sort of Heathrow, and I have a coffee on the go. And I usually sort of drink down to about kind of there-ish. If I make a coffee at 7 o'clock in the morning, I can still drink it at 5 o'clock when I finish. So get onto Tommy Bridewell Racing, the VSB thing. These are about 12 quid each. Honestly, I made this drink just before we came on air. So what was that? 2 hours ago, 2 and a bit hours ago. And that's hot. That's a hot coffee in there. So go to Tommy Bridewell and go and buy one of his flasks from his website. Tommy Bridewell Racing. It's got one of these little pressy buttons that you have to press to get your drink out. But yeah, anyway. I've got my coffee. It's going to keep me awake. Only going to be 15 minutes, folks. It certainly has. Tingham could always be in the top 10 and challenging, but since then they've been nowhere. Yeah, exactly. Interesting. What's happening with the BTCC? But no, it should be a good weekend. I always find Thruxton's a bit of a leveler if you can get your car set up. I think going into the weekend, it's one of those where anyone can beat anyone. But if you get the car set up right on Saturday, you're going to be on it for the weekend. I actually hope Jake Hill can bounce back because he had just had some rotten luck. He didn't quite get it dialed in for qualifying, but then to get turned around again in race one. Again, no favoritism, but Jake, he had a bad weekend. And we want to see all the top guys up at the top, don't we? So Jake can get himself back. That'd be good. You read the other day? Yes, Defan, you read it on the hard compound, my man. Hopefully. But yeah, Thruxton's the only circuit that Accelerate haven't won at, which seems odd given the shape of the car. That slippery looking car and the high speed thing. But yeah, Defan, you must have read that on the hard compound, mate. Hey? But yes, it's the only one they haven't won at. They've won at every circuit since they came into the series. Excuse me. In 2019. One thing that was cool as well, talking about Accelerate, Senna Proctor. I think it's only said in terms of the Hyundai, only 2 drivers have got more points in the Hyundai than Senna did, and Senna only did 1 season in it. So I'm thinking that's got to be. Yes, Chris Smiley would have got some points in the Hyundai, wouldn't he? Factoring in this year and his year with the team in 2020. Or Tom, I guess Tom Chilton. I suppose it'd be Ingram and Chilton might be the two that have got more points. But yeah, Senna Proctor can obviously get a tune out of the Hyundai. He only had one season in it. And he did rather well, 2020. So yeah, we'll see how the Hyundais go. It seems to be the main topic of conversation with the BTCC, didn't it? But yeah, it's one of those where you get 2 or 3 laps of madness and then it all levels out. So we'll see how we go. Let's hold it. Yes, Tom. Oh, what we got here? Ingram always got a good tune out of the old Avensis. He did, yes. Yes, someone's won a signed photo of that. But yes, I always thought the Avensis and the Lavorg, just absolute colossal cars that didn't look like touring cars. They all did rather well, didn't they? So yes. What else can we touch on before we go? What else? What else has been going on? The Isle of Man TT, obviously, we'll come to. There's so much going on there. Happily, everyone is still with us who went to the Isle of Man TT, which is good, which is great to hear. But Michael Dunlop, goodness me, I mean, 32 wins now. Absolutely amazing. Yes, Diffan is in the same chassis. Are you reading my article? I hope so. You should be. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, TT's going on and MotoGP. What else have we got? I must have other bits going on. I need to catch up with the support series as well. And also with the legends. Got to catch up with the legends guys this weekend. There's a couple of chaps I'm going to go. Obviously, I'm going to go and chat with the guys at Two Meter and with Will Gibson. Always good to catch up with Will. Normally because he makes me a cup of tea. And so does Den, actually, at Two Meter. Maybe a cup of coffee, so that's good. Might go and see if the Barrables are around. See if we can catch up with them. Good value. Ollie Schlupp, actually, he's doing very nicely, isn't he? Ollie Schlupp's had a great start to the season. So maybe him and Mike can get them on double act chat. So, yeah. Trying to think what else we've got coming up this weekend. Drawn a blank. I think it's a fairly quiet. Oh, no, we've got DTM. Yeah, folks, go and check out the DTM post from this morning. Need some eyes on it. Give it a boost. Give it a read. Because Jack Aitken won. Obviously, former guest on here. Ex-Williams F1 guy, racer. And he won for the Emil Frey Ferrari team, which was great. Race 2. Excellent late move on, was it René Rast, I think it was. Really good late move. I think the top 6 are separated by 22 points, I think it is. So it's all hotting up in the DTM. They're at Zandvoort this weekend, which is going to be great. Going to be really good. So yeah, go check it out. And as I said, folks, 8:30-ish tomorrow night, going to be announcing a really, 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 really good guest. I'm not going to blow my own horn, but it is really, really good. Absolute groundbreaker in F1 and IMSA, with a bit of a sad story thrown in as well. But yeah, it's going to be great if you love your F1 history. Yeah, man. I say F1 history. We're talking sort of early 90s here. So the last 30, 35 years. But it's going to be great. It's going to be really good. It's going to be fascinating, especially if you're a bit of a technical boff. You'll probably like it. So we'll see. Yeah, that's what I'm going to give. I'm not going to give any more away. So that's a good one. Good stuff coming up. I think what else we got going on? I've drawn a blank. I had loads in my mind. Obviously, it's all been kicking off in NASCAR as it does in NASCAR. It wouldn't be NASCAR if it didn't kick off. I think the Larson in the Indy 500. Yes, Carl Larson couldn't do the 1100 mile. You know, he couldn't do the double, obviously, after the unfortunate downshift in turn 1 sent him into a spin. Who did he collect? Collected Stingray Rob. Was it Marcus Armstrong? Or was it Armstrong and Andretti? I forget who it was now. Oh, it's Kiffin Simpson, wasn't it? Kiffin Simpson he caught. But Yes, Vitali, you need to clear your Wednesday night because I think you particularly will enjoy this a lot. So yeah, it's a good one. 8:30, Vitali. Check on the page. 8:30, and I'm going to put an event up as always. So hit interested just so you don't forget. Good stuff. Oh, of course, World Rally. Yes, WRC. Of course. Yes. Yeah, his luck wasn't in last time, was it? He had a really good start. But yeah, I just think it does seem odd that Hyundai haven't won around this year. But it's all sort of to play for. I mean, it's getting to a point where I don't know. I just think that something needs doing with the World Rally. I mean, as you said with Dave Richards, we had a chat with David Richards from ProDrive, and he said the same thing. Something needs doing just to, I don't know, get it back to not where it used to be, obviously, when I was growing up, because that ain't going to happen. Toyota Celicas and Lancia Deltas and all that in the late 80s, or in the 90s with the Scoobies. But yeah, we need something doing. If you tuned into the chat with Chris Ingram and Alex Chiorani 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they said the same thing. It just, I don't know, just need to kick up the backside rallying. I mean, it's still brilliant, but it's just lost something. It's just lost something, isn't it? Speaking of stuff that off-road, what used to be off-road, Pikes Peak International Hill Climb coming up. Always like that. And the annual post about that's going to go up, which is grand. Looking forward to Pikes Peak. Yeah, all the other stuff is on my other computer. It's not on my laptop. So yeah, all good. Loads of good stuff. Right, I'm going to give it another 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to press on because I'm quite hungry, actually. A little bit hungry. And anything else, folks, you want to pop in the comments? Anything else you want to have a little quick chat about before we can go? Anything we'd like to see? Any drivers we'd like to see? Oh, actually, something about drivers we'd like to see doing stuff. Ash Sutton and Jake Hill did the. Ash Sutton did the GT, didn't he? The GT World Challenge in the BMW. Did very well. Could that be a route for him? I think he'd do well in GT. I've always said he'd do well in supercars, but I think that feels a bit too far fetched. I think just for his own personal logistical reasons. But I'd love to see. I know Dan Rowbottom would love to have a go at NASCAR, so maybe he'd like to do it. Sean Lewis. Evening, Sean. I hope you're well, mate. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, good to have a chat a few weeks back on Messenger, wasn't it? That was all good. Hope you're well. We are actually going to be hopping off soon, Sean, but you can watch this one back if you so wish. Did you keep an eye on Ash's times in the GT? We did. We're about to mention it. Yeah. But yeah, I think it could be a route that he could go down, perhaps with a few more, with a few more turns of the wheel around the circuit. Maybe it's something you could look at. I've always thought Ash he can drive anything. I just think it'd be good if we could get him on the world stage, or at least the European stage. I think that'd be really cool thing to see. He'd be good. He would be good out there. I can't think of anyone else I'd like to see actually go out there. I would actually like to see. I keep saying about Gordon Shedden. I'd actually like to see him have a go on the, on the Touring Car Cup, the World Touring Car Cup. I've actually been in contact with one of the drivers on that, former WTCR driver, about coming on for a chat, which we're talking through, and he said that it's on its way back up. So that would be cool if we can get a World Touring Car driver on. I think we've only had Tom Coronel and Gilles Magnus. I think are the only two. Oh no, of course we've had Ivan Muller and Tarquini and Andy Priaulx have all been on. But yeah, we'll try and get another one on. which would be good. As Sean said, yes, he sort of took to the GTs like a duck to water. I reckon he could take to anything like a duck to water. I mean, you could stick him on a, well, maybe not the TT, but you could stick him on a bike and he'd do well. But yeah, just very, very good. And I don't want to use the word wasted in the BTCC because he's absolutely not. And that sounds like it's disparaging the BTCC, which it isn't. But I think if the right deal came up and he can get the right people on board, he could do GT or supercars, or he could even get on the on the WEC in the GT class, or not. Could get in the LMP. He could do anything. Ash, couldn't he? Very, very, very good driver. So yeah. One for the future, perhaps. Anything else, folks? Anything else? Just another few minutes that we're gonna have a look at. Anything else you want to talk about? Come on, hit me with it. We've covered Verstappen. We've covered the Indy 500. We've covered Detroit. I haven't spoken about the world. Okay, I'm gonna have a little thing about my about the World Endurance Championship because we went to yes, there you go, Sean. The WEC. We went to Spa-Francorchamps for the 6 hours of Spa. It was absolutely awesome. I hadn't been to Spa before. If you haven't been, my God, you've got to go. Because if you thought Eau Rouge was steep to drive up, you want to try walking it. There's about a 50-yard stretch, and I kid you not, it's like that. It's ridiculous. Your calves are mooing by the end of it. Actually, I don't know nobody want to see this, but hang on. Had to get me a T-shirt. Had to be done, folks. Yeah. Oh, it was great. Absolutely brilliant. What a cool circuit. Cool circuit. Beautiful place to go racing. And if you ever go there, stay in Liège, because Liège is a heck of a town. Absolutely brilliant. We had a great time. Really, really, really good. James McKendrick. Jim. Hello, mate. We're just about to be hopping off soon. However, Jim, you have won, I think, at least one thing in the redraw. Hang on a minute, pal. Oh, my mouse isn't working. Oh, yes, it is. Hang on a minute. Redraw. Oh, no. Oh, almost switched the live off then. Hang on a minute. Right, Jim, you have won something in the draw. Bear with me. Scroll down. You've won a signed photo of Martin Donnelly in the Camel Lotus. There you are, Jim. So you've won that. What we got here? How do you feel about Lewis lobbying Downing Street for kids' education? Couldn't care a monkeys. If I'm honest, I mean, it's a good thing that he's doing, getting kids into education, but it's, it's all sort of fumes from the motorsport side of things that I like. If he wants to do it, then he can crack on. It's fine. It's like if he wants, the whole thing about, Black Lives Matter, that's important to him. He's got a platform. It's important to all of us, but, more so important to him. He's got a platform. He's pushing it. If he's trying to do some good in the world, then I'm all for it. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, Spa, so cool. Yeah, Spa was cool. Snetterton was incredible, by the way. Restart with brilliant hosts. Oh, Jim, yes. Yeah, because, James, for those of you who don't know, James won the hospitality with Restart Racing. Pete Jones, the team boss, very kindly donated hospitality for 2 race day, which was great. And James won that. So yeah, James, I'm glad you picked Snetterton, and because I knew you were going. I just wasn't aware that you were using the hospo. So brilliant. Really glad you had a great time, mate. And thanks again for supporting the draw. Great stuff. Okay, what we got here? Sean Lewis. I knew you were going to ask me this, you pest. Who's winning Le Mans? It's hard to see past Ferrari at the moment, in my opinion. I mean, they were at Spa. You just knew they were just had it under control. I mean, obviously, it's not going to happen. But being the Brit, you want Aston Martin to win. For those of you who don't know, I've followed Team Penske since I was about 7. So 1988, since Rick Mears won the Indy 500. So I'll kind of follow them in the World Endurance Championship. I'd like to see them do well, but and obviously Jota, I'd like to see do well, another British team. But I mean, I can't see past Ferrari. I think if Ferrari aren't going to win it, if something happens to them, based on what I saw at Spa, I think Alpine, they were on it. They seemed really on it. Peugeot weren't bad, but Alpine, and how good would that be? Imagine that if Alpine won Le Mans. God dear. They'd have to close the roads for 3 days. It'd be like PSG winning the Champions League. Yeah, Jim McKendrick. James, you said Ferrari as well. It's a bit of a cop-out answer, but I can't see past Ferrari at the moment. I'm going to try and get in contact with one of their drivers at the end of the season, see if we can have a chat. Or 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them. But yeah, I think Ferrari. If I was going to have a tenner on it, that's where it'd go. But if something does happen to all 3 Ferraris, obviously the AF course and the 2 factory cars, I think Alpine could be in there. Especially the Schumacher car. That'd be a cool story, wouldn't it? Alpine, French marque, winning Le Mans with a Schumacher behind the wheel. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? So we'll see. Alpine, Sean, Alpine and BMW have been knocking on the door this year. Yeah, BMW have been nailing it in qualifying, even out in IMSA as well. Qualifying's been their thing. If they can translate that to the to race day, absolutely right. Cars look good, actually. They did look good at Spa in the sun. The country would implode if Alpine won. They'd burn all the speed cameras and block the ports. It doesn't need an Alpine win for them to do that. Sorry, France. I love you. I do love France. I can speak a bit of French. I did at A-level, but I'm not going to. But no, Sean, you're right. Alpine and BMW have been knocking on the door. I think Alpine. I mean, because when we went to Spa, I've got a buddy of mine who always follows. He's a big fan of Adrian Newey, so obviously the Valkyrie, he was all over that, and he was all over like Jota Sport as well. I was sort of there, sort of leaning on sort of Penske, and they were who we were thinking. We thought, Toyota maybe, but none of us thought about Alpine and Peugeot. And Alpine were right in it. They were right in it. And it's weird. Some of the cars that you think are going to look brilliant in the flesh don't, and some of the cars that look a bit on a screen look cracking in the flesh. And we all said the Alpine was the best looking car. It looked fantastic. It was a fantastic looking car in the sun. The Penske cars looked a bit. The Valkyrie look. It's the noise from the Valkyrie though. My goodness! Wow. Yeah. You could close your eyes and go, no. Valkyrie. you just. Oh, it was fabulous. It was so good. I want to go back. But yeah, one of the guys, people who have tuned in this evening will know that my friend Dan Appleby, he actually, I can say it now, it's off air, he put in 100 quid. So he got 100 entries into the draw. So basically he got about 8% of all the draw. 8%? No, maths. 10, 5, 7, something like that. And he came to Spa with us, my boy Dan. And he's going to Le Mans as well. He kept mentioning it when we were there. He said, when the race finished, he was like, we're only going to be a quarter of the way through. We're like, just zip it, jealous. But we're going to try and get to Le Mans in a couple of years' time. But Dan's going this year, so he's going to be loving it. What we got here? Vitolda's going to be curled up with loads of snacks. The cat. Don't eat the cat. Frowned upon. The live timing and radio Le Mans. I think Crest are showing bits on free to air. Yes, they are. Crest are showing bits, and there was other, but it's going to be good, isn't it? But going back to the question, I can't see past Ferrari. It's more a case at the moment. It feels like it's more a case of which Ferrari is going to win, which was a nice little thing that we had in Spa, because we thought, well, we'd like to see a British team win it or a British entry, so that'd be like Jota or Aston. was never really on the cards. We knew that. And we said, well, I said, what other things can we find? And I said, well, look, we've got a couple of Brits, we've got a couple of Brits racing for Ferrari. So, and it was nice to see like James Collado get the win in the flesh. Very, very good, because I met James at the Autosport show last year, 2024. And it's a nice chat. I had a good old chat with him. And he mentioned he was going to come on for a chat, but he's been a little bit busy since then, winning Le Mans and being a Ferrari factory driver and racing all over the place in IMSA and everything else. But I've got a contact for James, so I'll try and get him on. Cadillac had such a promising first race of the season. Yeah, Bahrain, yeah. But don't know if it will translate to Le Mans. But yeah, 4 caddies there. Yeah, I know you're a caddy fan, aren't you? But yeah, 4 Cadillacs there would be cool. Thing is, what is annoying me actually, talking about caddies, because they were with Chip Ganassi last year, weren't they? Been Chip Ganassi for a while. And basically, post interview with Chip Ganassi, I mean, we sat here and chatted for about an hour and a half off air, which was a cool thing to do, talk with Chip Ganassi. And we were just talking about things. And just before we went off air, he actually said, oh, Rich, motorsport needs more people like you, genuine fans who are just interested in things and balanced and that kind of thing, which is a lovely thing for him to say. But he said, oh, if there's ever any event that we're in that you can get to, just let me know and I'll make sure you don't have to buy tickets. And I'm sure we'll give you somewhere comfortable to sit and something to eat and drink. So I thought, brilliant, we'll go to Spa next year. And then Chip Ganassi aren't in it, so CGR aren't in it. I was like, so we'll have to go again. We'll have to go when they're back in it. Or we'll have to go to America, whatever. Yeah. Never mind. But yeah, that would have been cool. Get some behind the scenes. But what was cool actually at Spa, I got to catch up with Marco Apicella, who was a former guest on here, which would have been wicked. So that's good. Yes, Pete Jones from Restart is off to Le Mans in his Porsche. Great guy. Brilliant chat with him. Was working in Italy this week, and they recently had Ferrari staying at the hotel. Rocco and Pierre Guidi signed the wall in the bar. That's awesome. I assume they weren't the only ones. Just walked up to the wall and drew on it. No, oh yeah, it was like an Italian Wall of Fame. I spotted Martini and Tarquini on there amongst others. Fantastic. That's excellent, James. Good old Tarquini. See, now Pierluigi Martini, he's because I contact a lot of people through official websites and LinkedIn and social media, and Pierluigi Martini is not on any of them. It really annoys me, because I'd love to get Pierluigi Martini on. I mean, could you imagine 2 hours talking about Minardi pretty much? Awesome. That'd be great. Who else? We've got other Italians. Oh, yeah, I contacted Giovanni Lavaggi as well, and he came back and he said, no. Well, he said he appreciates the offer to come on for a chat, but he said he only got into motorsport to challenge himself on track, not to promote or anything like that. And he's left it all behind now, talking about motorsport. So unfortunately, Giovanni won't be coming on. But he's a nice guy, nice chap, very polite, and that's a shame. But yeah, the Italians are always good value. All of the Italian chaps I've had on here have been brilliant. I mentioned about Apicella and Vincenzo Sospiri and Gabriele Tarquini, Alex Caffey, Siegfried Storr, and Giovanardi's been on. What other Italians have we had? Gianmaria Bruni, Jimmy Bruni. He was brilliant. There's something about the Italians. Their love for life. We love them. So yeah, great stuff. I'm rambling, and we have been on for nearly 2.5 hours, and my bottom is going numb. As comfy as this chair is, my bottom is going numb. What we got here, Jim? Randomly, I service the turbines in a Martini family-owned factory, and he chaired the last meeting. Right, James, next time. Right, mate, I have a task for you, and you can probably guess what it is. Tell you what, when I send you out your picture, I'll send you my one of the hard compound business cards. Tell him to get in touch if he wants to talk about stuff. Tell him it's either him or Paolo Barilla, and he doesn't want to lose out to a pasta man. No, nice one. Good stuff. Anyway, guys, there's still 184 of you tuning in across the socials. Hello to all 184 of you. Sorry for my ramblings. I've got a dry throat. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Very, very good. I've got a few things to catch up on. Great to speak with you all, as always. Thank you for your questions and comments and support and all that good stuff. Well done to all the winners on the redraw for Race Against Dementia. As I said, anything else that doesn't get claimed from this last one is going to go on eBay with the profits going to Race Against Dementia. If you do want to help out with the postage costs, more than happy if you want to ping over £2 or £3. And we can put that in the Race Against Dementia as well. Every little penny helps because we're all going to be affected by it at some point. So there we are. Good stuff. So yes, that's where we are. That's what we're going to do. And I'll be in contact with all the winners soon. Jim, James McKendrick, Barilla Passion of the Club. Right, Jim, me and you, mate, we are going to be talking Italian ex-Minardi drivers soon, Jim. You're part of the crew. Anyway, Jim, I'll be in contact. All the other winners, I'll be in contact as well. I'm going to go and sit down, watch a bit of telly, because I haven't spent long enough in front of a screen. Thanks for your support, guys. We've got some posts coming up tomorrow morning. I've already written them. Yes, they're going to be going out about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 8:30. We're going to be announcing that chat that I am proper looking forward to. As I say, if you like your techie bits of motorsport, tune in 1 week tonight, 8 p.m. on the 11th of June, 8 p.m. UK, 9 p.m. Central European time. Get yourself comfy because we might be here for 3 hours, but it's going to be great. So great stuff, folks. Thank you for your support. We'll see you next Wednesday. Stay tuned to the Hard Compound. Check in morning, lunchtime, and evening every single day, and we'll bring you some stuff from Brands Hatch on Sunday. Right. Yes. So we go to Brands Hatch on Sunday. We'll get some stuff from there, and we'll see you soon. Thanks very much, everyone. Appreciate the support, comments, questions, and everything else. Take care of yourselves.